Live.
We'll do it live.
It's time.
It is time. I believe we're live.
Yep,
What's up,
we are.
everyone?
Hello, everybody.
They should hear us. We're all set. I got everything all ready to go. We got to wait a minute just to get some people in the room. So I forgot to record Starfield when I was playing. So I had to rip it from YouTube. And of course, it's in 30 FPS. So we have Wesson in the live chat room right now. We have the Alchemist in the live chat room. He says, "Welcome, Fred." Wesson says, "Nice."
Hi.
What's
Let's
up?
get everybody in the chat room. Come on.
Let's do it.
Come on.
Come to us. Join our live.
This is the Starfield edition, I guess.
All right, Emperor. I was gonna open the show. What you know what I was originally gonna do, but I just didn't have time this week. So much stuff happened. I was gonna do the when Tony Khan opened up Collision to fire CM Punk. I was gonna do that word for word for Frank. I was gonna put the suit on. I have the suit downstairs.
Oh man.
I was gonna go out and do that, but there you go. I wasn't able to get that done.
Lots of stuff to talk about, though. Whatever you want to start with, obviously, as people get in here.
As people come in and hit that like button.
Yeah. It's time.
What are you doing? Tell your family to subscribe.
Subscribe and join now.
Join now.
The 9mm subscription.
Freddy's back. Hi, I'm back.
Was that you?
He was warning us.
No, that was Cannibal.
Oh, that was him. Okay. Yeah, because he just said it, so he outed himself. Cannibal Rituals here, buddy. How you doing?
The winner of the contest from last week, right?
Yes, and I hope he redeemed his Game Pass trial and he was able to play the game. I didn't check Steam, so I don't know if he actually got everything going. I hope he did.
Yeah, that's, I waited, obviously. I didn't get the early access of that. I just kind of waited and played it yesterday, today.
Well, what happened was he won the early access code, but he didn't have Game Pass.
Yeah.
So I found a 14-day trial, and I sent it to him, and I was like, I hope it works.
Yeah. A lot of people were pissed about that. If you go on like the reviews or on Best Buy, it has like 1 star on like the premium edition because people are like, you need Game Pass to, and also some steelbooks were dented, so there's that too.
Well, that's the point about Game Pass is that you're buying $30 early access.
Yep.
I mean, who cares? People are happy. The King is here. He's ready to rock and roll all night long. How you doing, King?
It's time.
Stevie Mac. Abbo. My man Abbo is here. What is going
What's
on?
Up?
Dolby Abbos. Liquor Sandwich is here. What is going on? Where's Frank? He should be in the chat room. He doesn't need to be on the show. We're going to hear from him later anyway.
Yes. Special message.
So, who played this Starfield game?
Did we all play it? No? Just me and Perry?
I haven't played it yet.
What?
Okay.
I'm slacking. I'm sorry. I'm slacking.
Well, here's the beautiful footage of it right here. I thought it was all right. Thought it was pretty good. I'm kind of upset that I built a computer and the thing can't keep a 60 FPS, but what are you going to do, right?
Is that what's happening?
Oh, yeah, that's what's been happening. You played it on PC or Xbox?
I played it on the Series X, so I'm locked. I'm locked in. I'm locked in at 30.
My wife played that on the Series X. Okay, not S, X. And that thing was at 30. It looked like a 360 game.
Yeah, I was there while it was happening too. It was terrible.
Yeah, it's like the graphics itself don't look bad, but in terms of like when you gotta like...
No, they did what Sony did with the PS4. They cut the frame rate in order to make it look better.
Yeah, it's like, man. It's, it's one of those games where, I was never really into Fallout or anything like that, I played a little bit of 3. but I never really got too into it to the point where it was something that, like, I know there's big fans of those games that follow it, but with this being like space themed and stuff, I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. And I only played a little bit of it, but I did enjoy what I played, but I couldn't stop really thinking of the frame rate problems that I was, not problems, but that problem initial lock that made everything kind of us questioning what's going on with these consoles to begin with. So it kind of just was a reminder of that, of like, man, I spent all this money and I'm constantly just looking at 30 frames right now. What is going on?
Yeah.
It was a little bit of distraction, to be honest with you. And I know for some people it doesn't matter. Like, and I play 30 frames. I'm playing like, Red Dead 2, for example. Like, I'm expecting that to be 30 frames. But I don't expect this to be, locked at that in 2023 with these consoles that we spent money on. But it's a very ambitious game. I mean, there's a lot here. So I know like a lot of people are obviously playing it for over a week at this point. So a lot of people are further ahead than we are. But it does look pretty immersive. I mean, there's a lot here. It's not a lazy game. I don't want people to get it twisted. I'm not trying to come at the game, but there's definitely, they put a lot of thought and time into this and how you can explore and the customization. Like, what do you guys, or Perry, how many hours did you play of this?
3.5 hours, 4 hours. We have Frank in the chat room. He's here. I told you he'd be here.
What's up?
Hi,
We have Dreadpool in the chat. Cannibal didn't know how to find it. Well, you had to download the game with Game Pass, and then it was just going to let you, since that was on your account, it would have just let you play the game a few days early. But that's okay. You got the skins and everything. And you have extra weapons, too, with that bundle. So not all is lost. You're good to go, Cannibal.
Yeah.
But that's how Game Pass works. You just download the game, and the early access stuff just works after that.
Some people wanted to, obviously play it early because this was kind of a, the highly eagerly anticipated. This is the only really, thing coming out on the Xbox, Microsoft side. It's obviously, like Perry said, it's on PC, but I haven't seen how it has, run on people's PCs, but you're saying that it's struggling to get past that.
Hockey fan, you know what we're going to talk about tonight? And you know who broke that news, ironically enough? The man below me. I just got a message in the group chat. It just said CM Punk eliminated. And I was like, oh, fuck. And then I checked, and I was like, God damn. Frank has to go to bed soon. Well, Frank, good luck, all right? I don't know when the day is going to happen, but good luck, man.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah,
good luck.
best of luck, man.
Hopefully it happens soon. So, I don't know. Should have happened sooner or a couple days? This guy might need some sleep. Just get some sleep, all right? If it happens tomorrow, great. Dreadpool says, hey, Perry, Anthony, and not Frank.
I'm not Frank. That is true.
He's the other F word. He's Fred.
I'm Fred.
What's up, chat? Says Cannibal. Death to a company. So we're going to talk about that. I should have asked Frank for his opinions on that, but Frank, why don't you type your opinions in the chat about our eliminated buddy over there?
Tony Khan is fearing for his life.
It could happen any day now. Okay, well, it's probably going to happen tomorrow then. You better get some sleep.
He was fearing for his life. Come on. I mean, like, poor guy.
I was fearing for my life. Frank, originally I was going to do the Tony Khan opening. Saying I feared for my life because of how Frank acted. I had the suit downstairs I was going to put on.
Oh, man, that would have been great.
I just didn't have a teleprompter like that freaking idiot. Did you see, Anthony, the crowd booing him?
No.
So he came out and read that line word for word. And he was like, and it got to a point where he had to, like, stop, and his eyes, like, squinted, and he was like... And then he had to sit down. Somebody brought a chair, and he sat in a chair on the stage. It was like, I grew up here, and everyone's still booing him and everything.
Was this in Chicago?
Chicago, man. It was hilarious.
No. In his hometown.
Some lady screamed, "You're a pussy!"
Wow. Man.
We're going to talk about that later.
I'm going to have to go back and watch that.
I'm going to send you those clips. I think they're in the Discord.
Okay.
Not this Discord, the other one.
Wow. They fucking let him have it.
I think they deserve everything they get, says Frank. Okay.
That's fair.
Like you said, the whole company's full of pussy cats. What? I didn't say that.
Pussy cats. What?
Deserve any of that, and I hope it doesn't stop him. But well, we'll see what happens with him. We're gonna talk about this later. That's why I know Hockey showed up. He's like, I'm not missing this episode. So yeah, Starfield. I played about 3.5, 4 hours of it. I really don't play Bethesda games so much. I don't put this much time into a Bethesda game. And this game, I mean, it's pretty good. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to, just sink more hours into it and kind of get used to the some of the stuff that you have to, there's a lot to learn about the game. So I feel like I'm still kind of in that process of like how, fluid I can kind of like get through the menus and like knowing where everything's at. So it takes a little bit getting used to.
Right.
For people that aren't used to this type of game. I mean, I've played like stuff like Mass Effect before. That's probably something as similar that I played where it's like you're traveling in space and there's like a bunch of things you can recruit and make your own person. So, and I really enjoyed that. I think Mass Effect 2 is still one of the best fucking sequels ever. But yeah, I think hopefully eventually there's, something else that that comes our way as far as like a game that's released in just like everything that we would want off of these new consoles. And I know that we have, Spider-Man 2 waiting out for next month. And, we also have some games getting moved around a little bit because October is a heavy month.
I heard that, man.
Yeah, so that's in the news too. We'll talk about that. But yeah, it's very, I just hope that like, not that Starfield's not going to be this game that might get a lot of recognition and stuff like that. But I just, like you said, I just wish that we had that extra setting for 60 frames. Because just playing it on these consoles in this shape, it does make you feel like you're...
I lied to everybody, man. I'm just going to say it. I don't care who the fuck watches this show, okay? You're watching the show, you're watching me, okay? Here's the bottom line. Phil Spencer fucking lied to everybody. 60 frames, no compromises. 30 FPS. But make sure Forza's in fucking 60, right?
Yeah, Forza's always...
Fuck that guy. You know what, man? Fuck him. I don't give a fuck what he does. Fuck him. He's a liar. He's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't been...
And that's a guy that actually blew money on these consoles. I didn't get one sent to me for free.
Right, yeah, we spent money on these things.
He's a fucking liar. He's the Eric Bischoff of fucking video games. You remember that. Mark my words. He's ATM Eric over there. Hey, Satya, I want to buy McDonald's. Hey! I can't do the guy's voice. Oh man. ATM Eric over there. Hey Dad, can we get Bret Hart? Oh yeah, hey, get Bret Hart. Yeah, we got Bret Hart. Now we're not going to use him. I spent Microsoft Rewards points. Does that count? Yes, because you fed their AI.
You gave to their store, you bastard.
Sold your soul to Xbox.
I don't know. I'm just tired of the Xbox shit. I'm tired of both consoles, actually.
Yeah, we got kind of...
This guy Phil Spencer lies all the time. I'm just getting sick of this shit. I got the box right here. Like, what am I doing? What am I doing?
Yeah, there's just no excuse.
I had to build a computer to play this game, and it doesn't even run at full 60 FPS. Like, come on, man. I should buy the box, and that should be it. But whatever. It is what it is. What are you going to do? All these companies do that. It's nothing new. Anyway, what were we saying?
Starfield. We're just talking about Starfield in general.
Like I said, I think it's a good game.
Yeah, I mean, we'll play more of it, and we can't really give you like a full review because it's only been out for a day for non-early players and people like myself that had just played it last night at 8 p.m. or whenever it dropped. But I wanted to play it so I can talk about it on the show, obviously. And but yeah, it the potential's there, and I know that this is going to be like a long like single player experience. I saw that our buddy Victor Lucas, he's already on New Game Plus because he got it early, obviously.
Vic
But
Mackey.
yeah. And it's going to take a little bit, and I don't know if I'll even finish it. It might be a game that I might lose interest in it. I don't know. I kind of have to find that like hook within the story, like something that grabs me where I'm like, oh man, I got to keep playing, or building the ship is kind of cool. There's a lot that you can do that makes it more of your own and your own kind of squad, and you can kind of choose your history of your character and stuff and kind of develop it on that, and that's how people portray you, like, or perceive you rather, where it's like they know of your past or they know what you've done, or so it's kind of cool that you can go any which way about it. And hopefully, I personally play in first person mode because I just think the 30 FPS with the third person is a little rough.
Right.
But I play in first person preferably, but you do get the options, so there's that. But yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, I'll probably I'll try to continue playing it, obviously, and we didn't.
When you build that new PC, you're gonna play this on there, and then you're gonna want to look at that Xbox and throw it out the window.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it can at least run better than 30 frames, even if it's not 60. If I can get above 30, I'll be happy. But it should just run in 60 on PC. But I know it's a demanding game.
You know what's funny? When it drops on PC, the LG TV lies and said it's like 86 FPS. I'm like, this is not fucking 86 FPS.
No. Yeah, I mean,
the king needs a beer. Yes.
Yeah, after this shit, with these consoles. But yeah, it's all you got is Starfield this year, and then you have you got Spider-Man next month. You got Alan Wake 2. You got Mortal Kombat as well. So like, there's stuff coming out in the fall.
Woo!
But it's like
Why put Liu Kang on the cover?
Is that what they did?
Hey, he's on the cover.
Like,
why is he on the cover? Put somebody cool on the cover like Raiden.
Yeah, what the hell? It's been a while since he was just on there.
Since who?
Put Johnny Cage on the front.
Nah, that won't sell.
Put it as the Miz. Miz as Johnny Cage.
Nah, he's not Johnny Cage. They already casted that role. He couldn't get that role even if he wanted it. They could have given it away for free and he still wouldn't have gotten it. Yeah, well, these games coming out. Spider-Man's going to be a one and done, but it's going to be fun at least. Probably beat that in a couple days.
I was going to say that's something that will probably be a very fun another single player game to play. That's that has some length to it and has side missions, like things you can do. So it's like, let's just kind of play these games while we have them. At least stuff's coming out, and hopefully we get some games that run a little bit better. I know Spider-Man won't have a problem having a performance mode, and it will run smooth as hell. So that's how we wanted Spider-Man to launch, in the beginning. But obviously we were, stopped by that PS4 Pro, obviously. So
stopped by the PS4. It's funny because the Pro can't even do 60 on Spider-Man.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing too. So I waited to play the first game until
PlayStation 4 Pro is a scam, and I'm sure the 5 Pro is going to be a scam. Sony's just a scam. We're going to talk about that too. Did we talk about that last week?
We talked about that last week. We did.
Yeah, then we don't need to talk about that.
But yeah, we did talk about their price increase of their service, obviously.
Elvis should be in Mortal Kombat. Thank you.
Yeah.
David R., what's up?
What's up? That'd be funny as hell.
But what's his name from Clay Farter in there?
Blue Suede Goo.
Yeah.
I don't know how he didn't get in trouble. They didn't get in trouble with that.
Yeah.
Code Veronica remake? Nah, all right. Let me tell you something. Let me ask you something. You played Code Veronica recently again. I played it last month.
I just beat it a second time, 2 times in 1 month, which is a record for me.
That game is just not good.
I like it still, but it does have pacing problems, and the backtracking is a little annoying. And I'm not saying
backtracking is what kills the game.
There's backtracking in all of our classic REs, but not as much.
It's like you take forever to get into a room, and then when you get into that room, you can't go any further. You have to go all the way back and do something else. It's ridiculous.
No, there's because I was saying that in the chat too when I was playing last. I was like, I'm not gonna come at the backtracking because every RE game does have a sense of backtracking, but not like Code Veronica. Yeah, Code Veronica is like
it stretches it out like so chore. Bad. It's like a fucking maze. It just stretches it out and it's a maze. It's like I could have beaten the first game 3 times.
Yeah. I got my playthrough down to about...
It's not that good of a game. And I'm gonna tell you something, all right? I'm gonna tell you this right here and right now. They're gonna cut that game if they remake it. And you know, all the people are gonna be butthurt. They gave us Code Veronica, but it was cut. I'm telling you, they're gonna cut that right now. They're gonna cut that game.
Are they gonna meow like cats and be like, meow?
The fans are gonna be upset and do that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think they could definitely cut some stuff off of there.
They're cutting a lot of that crap out. They're gonna make you just keep going forward like RE3 remake. I guarantee you.
Yeah, or just bring Chris in a little bit sooner because I always thought Chris should have been brought in.
They might because
I actually like the Chris section a lot. I used to like dread it, but playing it again, I was like, okay, I actually like his section
because you already like did all that stuff. So with him, it's easy. You know where to go.
There's a little bit less backtracking. There's a little bit like stuff you have to do, like, but you don't have to run. Like when you're in Antarctica, that's probably my favorite part because it doesn't seem as like I don't know, because there's stuff like you can leave the extinguisher in the thing and you can't get the magnum. Like there's things that the game doesn't tell you that it's like very like you have to know. So yeah, I agree. There's things that I think can use changing, but I don't think it's a bad game. I think the soundtrack is probably one of the best soundtracks.
Well, yeah, I mean it's a good
for sure
put together game, but in hindsight, like 20 years I didn't beat this game since 2000, so I went in a month ago and I was like, all right, let's just play.
They wanted to give you a bigger sequel than RE3. They wanted to be like, hey, look, this is a game that wasn't supposed to be a spin-off. This is just like a true sequel that follows what these characters are doing from Raccoon City, or at least some of them. And they did that. You know, I thought the island setting was awesome, and it takes place in December, so it's kind of like it has that vibe. But I just think that it has, you know, it just has a lot of things that, like you said, can definitely be streamlined and cut down.
It will be. I guarantee if they remake that game, or just make Dino Crisis says Dreadpool. He's right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not. It's one of those games that you know, I think it takes some getting used to in terms of like there's a lot. It is a very challenging game, and unless you're in Japan, there is no difficulty setting for Code Veronica. If you notice that, there is none. You just start. If you're in Japan, you can actually choose, but that's also another thing. The game is hard. It's challenging. If you could set yourself up for failure, if you know what you're doing, it's fun, but it's hard. Like I'm still trying to learn the game. I think I got it down to like maybe 6 hours. I got to get it down like 4.5 to get the last achievement on the 360. Because it's the 360 version technically, but yeah, I'm trying to do that, and you have to just get it down to a science, and you can only save for that achievement on the halfway point when it comes up and says, oh, do you want to save? And you click yeah. That's the only time you could save. It just, the clock never stops. You have to just keep going. So I still have to get that down. It's a very challenging game with that, but there's a lot to it that I think could be enhanced and made better, you know, because the remake, it'll happen eventually. It will.
All right, I'll get to the chat in a few minutes. Let's just get to Frank's opinion on Starfield. I have it. So let's queue it up here.
Yeah, there we go.
Hello. Here to talk about Starfield real quick. Give my thoughts. I've played for about 7 hours so far. So far so good. I'm enjoying the game. Performance is pretty good on my 4070 Ti. I've gotten a couple of frame dips here and there. I had one weird glitch where my ship was randomly see-through, but once I loaded into a new area, it fixed that, so that wasn't too bad. I'm pretty much just sticking to the main quest right now. I really haven't gone into any of the side stuff. I'm saving that for later. After I finish the main story, I'm just trying to get as far as I can with that. The storyline is pretty good so far. I'm just collecting artifacts, trying to figure out the meaning of the universe or whatever, why these artifacts are there. I don't really know yet. I'm only a couple hours in, so we'll see. Maybe my opinion on that will change as I get further in, but so far it's pretty interesting. Combat is good. The gunplay is good. It's a little hard to find ammo sometimes, but You just got to scavenge around, look
You
for
can't hear your chat
corpses
room.
and bins and stuff like that, and you'll find ammo. So I'm kind of getting used to that. The space combat is really fun. I like being able to add power to different systems. On the side there, you could add power to shields or lasers or whatever. It kind of feels like Star Trek, which is kind of awesome. So I'm really enjoying that. I haven't really messed around with this ship builder too much. I did a little bit of it, but I don't really have the credits to upgrade my ship that much right now, so that's something I'm going to do later.
They
I
got
even found out you
trainers.
can buy a whole new ship if you don't want to build one, so that's kind of cool. That might be something I do just to save time. Exploration is alright. The quick travel, the fast travel is awesome. I don't mind that. A lot of people are complaining, oh, you can't just fly to whatever planet you want. But the fast travel is fine for me. It saves me time. If I just want to sit down and bang out a couple quests, I'm able to do that. So for someone like me, I'm cool with it. I really don't care. I like being able to fast travel to the ship. The biomes on the planets that you explore are kind of ugly, so I'm hoping I find some more like crazy looking planets, but so far they're all pretty much just like desert or snow or no, they're just like these rocky planets. So I'm not a huge fan of that, but like I said, I'm only a couple hours in, so hopefully that will change. The skill tree is okay. The only thing I don't like about that is you have to complete a challenge to upgrade your rank. So you can't just level up and add a skill point. You have to do some kind of challenge. So it's just an extra annoying step when you're trying to increase your weight carry capacity or something like that. So I'm not a huge fan of that, but it is what it is. I don't like the lock picking in this game. They changed the mini game from like all the other Bethesda games to this digi-pick thing, and I just cannot for the life of me figure it out. So I'm gonna watch some videos and try to figure out how to do all that, but that's kind of annoying. I wish
Cheating.
they would have just left a similar version of their old lockpicking mini game, but they changed it. So all in all, I mean, I'm enjoying the game. I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10 so far. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel when I'm 100 hours in, if I even get to that point.
$100
But
in.
right now at 7 hours in, that's how I'm feeling. So I hope you guys are enjoying the game. I hope you guys are having fun, and I will see you all later.
Yeah, or like in a year.
Frank's gone.
Goodbye, Frank.
Goodbye, Frank. Frank did it better than us. He fucking reviewed that thing better
There
than
we
we
go.
did.
We should
well,
have
he-
just played the video. We should have never said anything.
Yeah, I know, right? No, he definitely played Boars. That's awesome though. I heard my friend was said the same thing. He said, "Am I the only one who can't get the lock picking? I feel like I can't get it." I'm like, I didn't even make it that far to try lock picking.
Yeah, 10 sounds fair so far, says Cannibal. All right. Muppets in Space? Yes.
Well, Frank,
Dude, I
that was
originally had
mostly
him behind New
thank
York
you.
City earlier today.
Nice.
And I was like, you know what? We'll do it in space. I put it behind New York City because I wanted, like, you remember Spider-Man vs. Kingpin? Kingpin's on the news with the city behind him.
Yeah.
That's why I did that originally. Liquor Sandwich says, I hope the game gets above 60 1080p. Yes, at 1080p it runs at 60, no problem. It's 4K 60. That there are issues at times. I hope the PC version of Final Fantasy doesn't take 2 years. It'll probably be out by, I would say, by springtime 2024. They need their money, and they need it now.
Mom.
Stevie I haven't heard a single thing about Exoprimal since it was released. Well, I mean, you just play the game. It's just an online game. It was pretty good. I didn't play it, but Anthony played a little bit. Did I play any of it? I don't even remember. I didn't play any of it.
Yeah, I think you played the. I thought you played the beta or the.
I was going to,
watched-
and I didn't. I saw Dreadpool play a
Dreadpool,
lot, and
yeah.
he was having fun, man. It was a fun game.
It was fun. I mean, I played it when it came out. Like probably for like a week on and off, and it was fun. But like, it's
boring.
just it's kind of just like. It's fine that it's on Game Pass, but I can't see like someone actually spending money. And if you think it's fun and that's cool, like if you have a group of friends that play, I didn't really have anybody to even really like play with like that. And even if I did, I don't really think it'd make it that much fun. I'd be like, well, why don't we play something else? You know, like I'm having, like Texas Chainsaw, like I'd rather play that because it's just more of like my style and pacing where like I get the dinosaur theme, I get what they're going for, but like I just would rather have something like Dino Crisis, which I know that that's kind of what they're hinting at. They have the assets for and everything,
Right.
but like it's
It's a
just
big
it was
game, too. It takes up a lot of space. I know
yeah,
that.
it's a pretty big game. I mean, it looks great. It runs in 60. I'll give them that. Like it
Yeah.
runs smooth. It looks great.
It's a very polished game.
Very polished. They give you a lot of settings. The exosuits are cool. Like it's not a lazy game. It's just not. I kind of knew it wouldn't really be my style. Same thing with like Reverse. Like, and I know that's a little bit different because that's more of like based off RE, where this is like an original idea. But it's just like the multiplayer stuff is very hit or miss for me with Capcom. I feel like now
some companies are good at multiplayer games online. Some just aren't. Look at Bethesda. This game is offline. They know their place, man. I think Capcom. I think they need to just stick to single player shit.
Yeah, like they tried with this, and I'm not even gonna say I'll never play it again. I mean, I don't even know their rollout. Like Stevie Mac says, I haven't really heard. I mean, I know they have a roadmap, but I haven't really heard much since it came out or how it's doing.
It was the most played game on Game Pass. Like it was announced about a month ago that it was.
Yeah, I'm sure it got a lot of
exposure.
exposure.
It got them a lot of engagement numbers, but
yeah, it came out in the summer when there really wasn't a lot coming out. So I'm sure
it's like
they got
Halo. It's
people.
like, but can you keep those people? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it gets very like because it's a very loose story. Like there's missions, but it's like you just do like multiplayer things to beat the mission. So they give you a plot, and it's in like 2043, and it's like they give you like these little like blueprints of a story, but it's not really like a complete thing. And maybe if they at least gave us like some kind of story, not that it would have been that deep, but just something like Lost Planet, like I love Lost Planet. That was a great like random kind of one-off game that they did that ended up sticking, and then they had 3 of them and then they kind of stopped it.
Right.
But I like Lost Planet, and that had multiplayer, and that was fun. That was like the mech combat, but then you would jump out of the mech and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. It's something where I wish they would bring that back too, but I know that they're going to kind of keep pushing forward with this stuff. So, but yeah, it was just okay. I would still give it a shot if people wanted to play it, but I just don't, like you said, I feel like Capcom kind of missed the mark. They can kind of focus on the single player. If they want to do co-op with like Resident Evil in the future, they can do that, but I don't really see how long I could play that.
I think Capcom needs to bring somebody in that knows how to do online stuff, or just don't do it.
Or just don't do it. Yeah, especially with like Resident Evil, because it didn't really seem to work with Reverse. It like because the player base is just dead.
It could work. They just don't fucking listen to anybody. They
Yeah.
have like this idea of what it should be, and it's just not at all what the fans expect it to be and what it should be. Like it's just not what it should be.
And then when they do like their normal stuff,
it's funny. The Mercenaries, which is an offline game, that's like a better freaking game that they should make like an online game.
Yeah, that's a fun mode just to jump on stream and play for a few hours.
They just don't get it.
They're always great with their mini games. It seems it's just more like they put so much focus in this, and that's the one thing too. Like they promised Reverse for so long, and that was delayed with the Gold Edition, and I'm pretty sure it was released to avoid a lawsuit because they promised that game was going to be a part of Village for free.
There would have been a class action.
And so they had to get it done, and I feel like it was just them kind of grasping for, whatever, just to get, a multiplayer RE that wasn't Resistance, which is the one that came out with RE3.
Right.
And a lot of people were pissed about that because Mercenary should have been an RE3, but it wasn't, which I agree. I mean, you should have just if you put Extreme Battle Mode in RE2 Remake, why the fuck didn't you put that in RE3? I don't know. Like not Extreme Battle Mode, but Mercenaries, because Mercenaries started with RE3, and it could have been an early version of what we got in RE4. But yeah, I mean, they'll keep doing it. We know they're cooking up something for RE9 or RE5 remake. We'll probably see something soon. I don't think we'll see something at Tokyo Game Show, but I think we'll get an RE or a Capcom event that will just say, oh, here we go. Here's another Resident Evil thing, or it might be another Monster Hunter announcement for the millionth time. So.
Oh god! So Richard's here. He's in the chat.
Hey, Richard.
Hopefully we don't get another Monster Hunter. I'm kind of tired. It's like Monster Hunter and Fire Emblem. It's like Nintendo won't stop and Capcom won't stop with those stupid franchises.
Monster Hunter is
It's very popular. I get it. I understand.
Fun. It is fun.
I know a
but
lot
yeah,
of people that used to buy it from the shop, but I mean,
yeah,
they're
it's
milking
just-
that thing to the bone, and it's like annoying.
yeah. Unless you're really in it and playing all the updates, again, it's one of those things where like I'd have to play it more to and it's on Game Pass and stuff, and that's really cool. I have it on Steam and it runs really good, but I never really got into it from the early days, but it's cool for a co-op game,
He's waving his hand. Richard's waving his hand. His pink hand. Dreadpool says Starfield could be amazing and cooperative. It could be. If you can, like, team up with your buddy and explore planets, they could get on your ship and stuff. That'd be crazy.
That'd be really cool.
And I'm sure they'll probably end up doing that at some point. Which I'm definitely not opposed to. I think that's awesome. It should have had that, but what are you going to do?
Yeah.
I had to release the game. Liquor Sandwich says, I played it for a couple days and though it was pretty boring. I think he means Exoprimal. It's fun, but there's only one mode.
Yeah.
We need a co-op Mercenaries for RE5 Remake and we're all set. They're not going to put a online portion of RE5 together. They're just going to give you the remakes offline and that's it.
I
Now,
think
they could add an online game, but not. I don't think it would be tied directly to 5. Like kind of like how the Mercenaries thing wasn't. What was the one? Not Reverse. What's the other one that was with 3?
Resistance.
Resistance. I think they could do that, possibly. But I think with their remakes, they're not really focused on that stuff.
They're mostly focused on like the story and like remaking it like to what they have to do.
I mean, they should. They should make the Mercenaries online, like you guys are saying. But I don't think they will.
Have a. They should just have a Mercenaries game. That'd be cool.
They're probably going to save all this shit for the 30th anniversary. They're probably going to like launch a bunch of games that year and.
Yeah, I mean, I think RE5, if it does have anything co-op, it could be. They could add another versus mode. They could do a co-op Mercenaries mode. I don't know if the story is going to be co-op again, or maybe they might add that in again. I mean, I don't know. I mean, 5 is kind of like an open door. It's like, man, they could either bring back co-op, or they bring back, an option to play, with a second person. But this time, it's like Helena or anyone else in RE6, where the characters would just get hit and there's not really a health bar and you don't got to worry about their ammo. Like they kind of like fixed that whole like Sheva just wasting your shit. So if they did something like that where they updated it, maybe, if it's even worth it. I mean, they could just say, hey, by the way, we're just going single player with RE5. Like there's just one person, there's not 2. Like they could just do that. I don't know. They could just axe Sheva. Who knows? Sheva could still be in it, but maybe she's not your partner the whole time. I don't know. So it's like it could happen.
Steven Mack, RE Outbreak or don't bother. Well, maybe one of these days they'll do that. I think
they have the assets for Raccoon City and all those maps. If they did something like that, like a co-op game, that door is wide open, man. They have to do it. They have all that there. We talk about that all the time, but it's true.
This is where they screwed up, man. Outbreak should have been on the original Xbox because of that freaking Ethernet port.
Yeah, you could still play it to this day. You'd have the Insignia team putting that stuff on there. Yeah. And that's what's cool. But yeah, I mean, now's the time to do a game like that. And everyone in my community, again, always talks about it. And I understand. I mean, the fact that we can play Outbreak now with the mods on the emulator is amazing. So you can actually get a taste of it. My opinion of Outbreak has completely changed because it's actually a really good game when you play it with people. In the past, I would shit on it because I just hated playing by yourself.
Well, you have to remember, too, back in the day, a lot of people were using dial-up. And then people, like, 90% of people were using dial-up. And maybe, like, 1% were using broadband back in the day. So it was, like, a horrible experience. And then when you would get in a room with people, like, they would just run around and do stupid stuff. And it's like, we're trying to play a game here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing, too. You have to... It's a very... Like, I don't know. I think the timing is if they're gonna do like multiplayer versus like that ship has sailed, obviously, because they're not really getting in on that. That and also it didn't really work with the last two. I mean, Resistance was like co-op against one person that was in charge of spawning all the monsters and stuff. So that was like, you versus a kingpin, basically, right? Like someone who's just like in charge, placing all these monsters and traps. But now you have to, play the reverse, which doesn't even have anybody on there playing. It's like, just do co-op. Like, you guys can do co-op and have this the zombies and the BOWs not characters or players. Just do it like Outbreak. Have maps and have objectives to get to point A to point B, and you have yourself a game that people will always play. I think as long as you have those like key, things that make it like a Resident Evil game, where because Outbreak wasn't so much focused on like action, it was still survival horror. It was still literally like your fixed camera
escaping.
angle. Yeah, and you're escaping. Now it wouldn't be fixed camera angle, it'd be over the shoulder in the RE engine. They have all of Raccoon City available. They made RE2 and 3 remake. They have all of those assets. So they can use whatever they want. But like you said, maybe the 30th anniversary, you never know what the hell they're going to come out with.
I think they're going to drop a ton of games on that year.
Yeah, I'd hope they have a lot of stuff. They're going to have 9 ready by then. At least, you know what I mean? And so maybe a collection, who knows? I would hope so. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Would listen. If only they would listen.
And I think they will when it comes to the cycle of remakes and sequels. Like I think they'll keep that flow that they have going, where it's a consistent, riding the wave. So we'll see.
As long as Chris is as roided out as he was in the 5th one.
Yeah, they make him just they make him jacked. Well, now they'll probably make it. They'll be like, now we'll make him not as a muscle head. They'll just make him look like whatever. But will they still have him punch the boulder? Who knows? That's the big question.
They will, because they want to make reference to that.
Yeah, just like in Village.
I love it.
The king is blasting off to the mothership. That would be great if they had Elvis DLC for Starfield.
I mean, there always will be with the what was I gonna say?
You got friends in here, Fred.
Oh, I do? What is it? Yo,
the space
what's up,
DLC.
Brendan? How you doing, Brendan?
What was it?
My buddy.
Who played him in the movie?
Austin
movie.
Butler.
Yes, I was gonna say the Austin Butler DLC exclusive skin.
Oh no, that's all right. Don't do that.
Come on, but it's a
Hanks is
space
on the
movie
moon.
though. It's a space movie. It has to
Please wear
have
a Christmas sweater when you go on the moon.
That's so stupid.
you connect it. You bring it all back. You make it But
Where's
yeah,
a
no.
Christmas sweater.
Christmas sweater DLC.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's awesome.
That guy ruined that whole movie.
Oh,
Tom Hanks destroyed that
right.
movie. I mean, that movie is like a science fiction movie anyway.
That movie is something else.
He went on the airplane, Fred. He was never seen again.
Nope, didn't die on the toilet like he did in real life.
They should have covered that, man.
He died on the toilet on the airplane. Obviously, come on.
Yeah, it's like
No,
they
he took the airplane into outer space.
That's where he is in Starfield.
He left the building, left the Earth.
Elvis in space.
And pack it with some modes and characters, etc. And a battle pass. It would get gamers' attention, I believe. Well, yeah, I don't know, man. They don't want to do that, or they don't know how to do it.
Yeah, they don't know how to approach it.
I think Operation Raccoon City was one of their best games, their best online games, and the fans just crapped all over it. How come I can't collect herbs like Chris in RE5? It's because it's not like RE5. It's supposed to be a different game. The fans flushed that great game down the toilet, and Capcom's afraid to go back there.
Yeah.
If you play that game on PC, it's like a brand new game. It's like a game that just came out right now. It's beautiful. On console, yes, it plays like crap. It looks like crap.
Well, now it's 60 frames on Xbox at least.
It is 60 frames, but it still looks like crap.
Yeah, it doesn't help the graphics.
You play that thing on PC, your mind is blown at how great this game looks and plays.
And it's just a what-if game, you know what I mean? It wasn't supposed to be completely serious. Yeah.
And by the way, it was supposed to be, a lot of people don't know this, that game was supposed to be Star Wars Battlefront 3. Because there are Luke Skywalker textures in the game. lot of people don't know that. And that Luke Skywalker texture pack is on the disc, too, of the console versions. A lot of people don't know that. ORC is underrated. Wait till you guys play the color mode RE5 on PC.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
It takes out
Spectrum
the
really
tint.
screwed the
in
king
there.
over on that one. Spectrum, the cable company. I didn't know Elvis had cable. The king had
No.
internet
Yeah, cable on
from
the toilet.
1999 and didn't get an upgrade till the beginning of this year. I'm not joking. Wow.
Damn,
It's the truth. You heard it from the man himself.
that's right. That's Elvis himself. It's Austin Butler. It's
So,
Christmas.
Fred, really quick, what do you think they
Really
should do at Resident Evil? We got
What
to
do
get
you
off Resident Evil, but just let's get through this with you.
What do you think we should do with Resident Evil?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like the only I'll be honest with you, the only Resident Evil that I played and beat like a bunch of times was Resident Evil 4. Like, that
4?
was, like, yeah, 4.
The
I used to
remake
play
or the original?
the original one. I played the original
You're one
one.
of those
like,
people.
I played it when I was like 14 years old. I'm also really young too. So a bunch of the Resident Evil games that came out, I was like 2 years old at the time. So I didn't really know them, but Capcom should just listen a little better, just listen to the fans, bring it on.
Yeah, I mean they can do a lot of stuff right, and I think as long as they kind of keep their, they just stay away from the multiplayer stuff and stop wasting time with that. They can focus it on better ideas that were once kind of too early for the technology, like Outbreak was.
Yeah. Or work better with or work with someone that does good multiplayer games.
Exactly. Yeah.
Dare I say Activision?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, I think a lot of people.
I agree with the guy in the chat, your buddy Mac Daddy. Resident Evil 4 is overrated. The original one is overrated. Highly overrated.
It's a really good game, but yeah, it's not the best Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
Nah, once the remake came out, you flushed that game down the fucking toilet. Fuck that old game. You Americans and your action movies. Get that shit out of here. That game sucks. The remake is so much better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't even know. You didn't even play it.
I did play the Resident Evil 4 remake.
You just told me you didn't.
Yeah, I did. I played the remake.
I
just
said the
didn't beat it.
remake, and you're like, no.
I didn't beat it though. I played it. I just didn't beat it.
You see.
You gotta play that thing.
Anyway, Starfield. Go ahead.
I just never have time to play games because school has just been taking up my life. I just never have time to sit down and play games.
So
That's
Starfield has been cracked before it was even released.
Huh?
It was cracked.
That's funny.
And there are trainers out for it already, so you can have God mode and everything. And
Jeez Christ.
maybe I'll mess with that on stream. I don't know.
Well, if we're on the topic of horror still, we might as well talk about Alone in the Dark is getting delayed
Until January.
January 16th, my friends. So that's we thought we were going to be getting 2 survival horror games in 1 month, Alone in the Dark and Alan Wake 2.
They're releasing
but-
Alone in the Dark?
Yeah,
What?
it's coming
Well,
back.
they were.
Well, they were,
I didn't
but
know
now it's
that.
coming out next year. And they said horror games thrive on the eerie embrace of solitude, something that's impossible to achieve in a gaming month as busy as October. To ensure a breathtaking experience for everyone, we have made a decision to move it to January. They want you to feel isolated and alone, locked in your room with snow, whatever state you're in. If you get a bunch of snow, they want you snowed in and playing this by yourself, with no heat on, I guess. No, I'm just kidding. But I just I like how they said we want you to play it in a non-busy month. So time to play it in January. It's because they
No
know
one's still gonna
Spider-Man.
buy that shit in January.
They know Spider-Man
Get the
2 is
fuck
coming
outta here.
out. Spider-Man 2 and the new Super Mario Brothers is coming out too. It's just there is a lot.
Nintendo has 25 games coming out from this month until the end of the month. And by
Yeah.
the way, they have brand new Animal Crossing DS lights, Switch lights
What?
DS lights.
that are only available at Target. but they come with the game digitally. Animal Crossing.
Ooh. Oh, yeah,
They are
everyone-
shoving these things out because the new Switch is coming out.
Yeah. Did you see the Mario Kart stuff that Wario was tweeting out? It was like the
Another Mario Kart bundle, and then you got the Mario Red OLED Switch.
Yeah, I saw that. What the
It's
hell
like
was
they're
that?
pushing them out because they want
Nintendo's
to just
shitting
scam
out a whole
everybody.
bunch of shit. Just
Because
shitting
the
out.
new Switch is coming out in April.
It's coming out. Yeah.
And they want to just get all this crap out and make as much money as they can. Like this is
Especially
why I
for
don't
the
like
holiday
Nintendo
season.
anymore.
Yeah. They always
that's why they're doing it.
do these theme consoles and shit, and it's like, okay, that's fine, but you're doing this to just re-release shit that's already out. It's not a better machine, and like you said, it's coming out in April. So what do you want people to buy this or get this for their kids this Christmas when the new shit's coming out in the spring? You know, or they're probably going to announce the new one hopefully in the next like month. Isn't there supposed to be a Nintendo
I
Direct?
think they're going
coming
to
up?
wait till like early January to make the announcement.
Apparently, there's not even going to be an OLED screen, right? It's just going to be a regular screen.
I don't know
Yeah.
what they're doing. Here's the,
Well, that's
yeah, because
gonna-
they want to fuck you later.
Freaking stupid.
Here's a
Yeah,
Switch 2 in a year.
buy
Here's
it
a
later.
Switch 2 OLED edition. Another fucking $100, everybody. Isn't that great?
2.1, 2.2.
Nintendo, man. What happened to them?
I didn't even know. So what Mario game's coming out? What's Wonder? Is that the new one?
Yeah, they turn into elephants and shit now.
Oh no.
What the hell? What are they doing with Mario?
They're just
Fucking-
shitting them out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to Alan Wake 2 in terms of that month, and obviously
Ooh,
Spider-Man 2.
yes.
So, but Alan Wake 2 comes out when I'm gone filming, so I won't be able to like play it right away, but I'll probably play it when I get back and
It's
check it
digital
out.
only, Anthony. How are you going to support that?
It's not a disc I can put in my machine. Well, we're gonna talk about that. That's in the news.
I
We'll be
can't
talking about that.
Stick the disc up my ass. I'm not buying it.
You know, it's
Yo, when is everyone going to wake up? They're going digital for everything. You know what I find fucking funny about this? Ooh, I want physical media for my games. Fuck you. Says the guy that subscribed to Spotify and Netflix. And Hulu. And CBS and Paramount and fucking
it's a good
Disney
point.
Plus, fucking
Pornhub
crap.
and all this other shit that they get digital. Do you want physical porn discs? No, you go right on Pornhub, right?
No one has Playboy magazines anymore. What the fuck?
No.
Exactly. So, I mean, what... Again, with these discs, with these games. If you're a collector, I understand. But if you're just an average guy, ooh, if I bought a console, I'm gonna buy the disc. The discs are going away. Get over it.
Yeah. I used to be like that. I used to be like, I gotta have the disc. I love like the old school, but now it's just fucking easier just to download it at home. Like fuck it.
Well,
Just buy it, download it.
But
this
that's
is a
where the
perfect-
industry is going. This is why this came up because not Alan Wake 2, right? Is it Alan Wake 2?
Yes.
Alan Wake 2 is digital. It's gonna
Yes,
be
and that-
digital
what's that other
You
game?
can't buy it.
That other Japanese
Right.
game that's digital.
Like a Dragon, Yakuza.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like a Dragon Gaiden or whatever, but in Japan
Digital
it's going to be
only.
physical. So you got all these idiots online like, yes, play H, I'm going to order it for $80. Just stick it on my shelf.
I'm gonna
Stick
go
it
on
up your
eBay
ass.
and buy it for $300.
Well, this is the perfect segue. So GameStop, ready? So
You
GameStop's
picked
in the
up the
news.
Sleepy Hollow Steelbook. I canceled that. I couldn't
Sleepy
get it
Hollow?
this long. Yeah,
That's a
they're
good
sold
movie.
out now.
That's how it always works, though.
He's lucky.
Now, GameStop's in the news, though.
Instagram.
So what you just mentioned is put a pin in that because we got the CEO of GameStop, and he's arguing that this is what he said in a statement, right? This is what he says. So this is in the news. He says, disk drives should be required on consoles because console owners have already invested their money in physical video games. Cohen called the iPhone charging port change a win for consumers, suggesting that he'll support the similar logisticals against consoles manufacturers shipping digital-only systems. And then, so he pretty much says that, yeah, physical discs on consoles, arguing that,
Yeah, well,
consumers...
you know what, motherfucker? Maybe you shouldn't have hired fucking 15-year-old kids to run your goddamn business into the ground and treated their fucking customers properly. You know, when
I
you
mean,
go in there, you might not get the book with that one. We'll give you the one. You know what? Go fuck yourself. And guess what? The business fucking collapsed. That's like the CEO of Blockbuster coming out and saying, you motherfuckers should have rewound your tapes.
it's
I'm gonna be
it's
the younger. What's
it's
Blockbuster?
a
Of course he's
different.
gonna say support diss track. Bro, it's over. It's over. This guy's just coming out waving a white flag over there.
He's
Well, that's
done.
because this is what he said. Because it's funny because he pretty much said this in replies to.
You know what? If you want diss
the
track
Apple
so badly,
stuff.
GameStop, why don't you make a console that plays all the games and watch
Oh,
those
God.
lawsuits come right in?
It's gonna be disgusting.
And it's funny how this was in a reply to an iPhone port switch change. You know what I mean? Because
Apple doesn't want to do that either. You know how much
That's-
money they're losing?
That's the thing too, and and that's funny too because it's like USB-C. Like I'm on Android, I'm on USB-C, so I'm just like whatever,
Yeah, you know why they're doing that? Because they're like, yo, we have all these cords in the Atlantic Ocean. Let's just make one cord.
Yeah,
And Apple's like, no, lightning cable, and the courts were like, that's it.
yeah,
USB-C,
done.
bitch.
USB-C, and that's the thing too. And look, like we always say, we say this a lot on the show with these recent
The
discussions,
king watches
especially
movies
with
for free.
yeah, you don't got to pay for shit. But no, like we always talk about this a lot on the show because of the whole, Alan Wake 2 thing brought up more of those conversations. And
WK, what's up, man?
you have the option now. The PS5 has a disk drive. We know the new PS5 will have the detachable disk drive. That's just the way it's going. You know what I mean? If this Series X is the last Xbox console has a disk drive, hang on to the Series X. It's there. There's still discs that you can get for now, but like Perry said, if they stop manufacturing them or they stop doing that down the road, it's just a lot of people are already kind of making that change. And like you said, as far as this guy at GameStop, the CEO, it's like you drove people out of your store. On top of that, your store isn't even what it used to be because you barely have any games to begin
You drove
with.
your customers out. You drove your employees out. You drove everybody out.
It's
And
like
the only
a
thing
cross
that saved
between
your
Hot
ass
Topic and a PC
during
store.
the whole
Like, what is
picnic
this?
was some fucking prank on the internet that got your stock market going.
There's so
Yeah.
many pranks on the internet about GameStop now. It's just fucking.
Yeah, it became a meme in and of itself. First, it was the Battletoads meme, and then it became the whole stock thing. You know what I mean? And it's just like, look, they've been a punching bag for years, and we've always made fun of them on the show. We've always had shitty experiences with them. They just need to go away.
Mhm.
And we talk about this all the time. And this statement just proves of how irrelevant they are to what's going on right now. And they're so disconnected because, like you said, they have idiots working at the stores. They're just trying to push pre-orders. People don't already want to buy shit as it is. So the people that are coming in there are the few customers that you have that would want to get a physical disc or maybe
The
pick
minute
up a
that
shitty...
digital was like the mainstream, people stopped going to GameStop because they don't have to deal with that shit anymore.
That's why that's why they got the shirts, they got the pops, they got the Razer keyboards
Oh.
now, they got
They got the
iPhones and
used
you can
underwear.
trade
They got
in.
the skid mark underwear.
You
they
can
got
buy
the
phones.
used Band-Aids.
Can you still buy phones from there?
You
Do they
can
still
buy
have
used
that?
blood.
No.
Get
you
a
can't
blood
buy phones, no.
transfusion.
It's
Remember-
frick-
For a
Topic.
while, they were doing phones and shit. It's like they were trying to like desperately hold on and make these changes, and now, you can get these PC stuff there, and it's like, who's going into GameStop to get a Razer mouse?
If you go into Blockbuster, okay, Frank and I were in Blockbuster. You were with us, I think, right?
What's that?
Blockbuster on Best Buy. We went to Best Buy when you came up here,
Oh yeah,
didn't we?
yeah.
and the physical game aisles were like empty.
Yeah, they were barely.
Even the
Even
PlayStation
there.
side. Xbox had like, I don't know, 15 games on the shelf. One copy of each. And PlayStation, same thing. There was like, I don't know, maybe 40 games, but it was one
Even the
copy of each.
Nintendo section was light, and Nintendo usually
The
sold
Nintendo
more.
section was super light.
Yeah,
That's it,
at least
man.
in my store, Nintendo sold a lot physical. When I worked there, we were more of a Nintendo store mostly. A lot of people bought Nintendo stuff, but yeah, it was like you saw. I even saw a lot of those sections when we would like, back even a couple years ago at Best Buy, when they would change the planograms and they would start cutting the sections down and like trimming it down, and it became like the rows became shorter, and like you just saw it. Same thing with the movies; it was the same thing, But it was yeah. I mean, I still like physical movies. I still collect physical media, but I don't really collect.
The movies are
current-
different because the movies are on the disc, okay? And
Right.
the movies are between, the 4K movies are like $40 and below. A lot of times they go on sale before they come out, so you get them for even cheaper than $40.
Yeah, and the
games are a
streaming
different story.
bitrate.
People,
Yeah.
I think if video games weren't $70 fucking dollars, people would just buy this shit digital. Okay, but because it's $70, they want to feel like they have something, and if they want to get rid of it, the problem is these motherfuckers buy it, they don't get rid of it, so they're lying. And these aren't collectors; these are just regular people. But they use the excuse.
Right.
Like, don't use the excuse. You're a different person. You might want to hold the game. That's fine. But other people don't want to do that shit. It's time.
And
to
then
move
now,
on.
when you get rid of it to GameStop, they give you $5.
When DVD was coming out, the motherfuckers go, "Oh, VHS. We don't want DVDs." No, everyone's like, throw the fucking tapes out. Bring the discs in.
Yeah, a lot of people got rid of their tapes.
Guess what? You don't have to do tracking anymore. You don't have to rewind the damn tape. You don't have to worry about the VCR eating the fucking tape.
Yeah.
There were so many benefits to DVDs.
That's true, and even now to this day, I mean, I still like 4K discs, and the bit rate, the 4K bit rate isn't as high. It can't get as high as a disc. I mean, the disc is just seamless,
Right.
It can get pretty close, but it's not the same, and that's why
what I'm saying. You're buying a movie that's on the disc. The games today don't even come on the damn disc, and you're bitching and complaining about $70 games.
Right, and that's why this gen I've gone digital.
It's like, bro, this guy's look. The guy's getting naked over here.
Oh no!
The character his clothes were coming off. I'm saying though, like if video games were $10 a pop, nobody would buy that shit physically.
No,
nobody. Everyone would just say, "I'm just going to download it on my thing. It's $10. Not a big deal."
Right, and I don't.
But the thing with a lot of people are going digital for one reason: you can game share digital games. So technically, you could split it with a buddy, cut that 70 in half. It's $35 digital per person, and you're just like, great. Two of us get one for the price of one.
That's it, man. That's what did it for me. That's why I went digital this gen. I literally have a couple physical for, Resident Evil. I have those collector's editions, but unless it's like
people collecting is fine. I don't have a problem with that. But it's like all these people that I'm not buying Alan Wake till they make a physical copy. Well, guess what? You ain't buying Alan Wake because they're not doing it.
Well, and the thing is too, it's like all of us are kind of, living proof that you could just do both and do what you want, but just know that the changes are coming and you can, start to prepare now for just getting the stuff that you want digital, get stuff on sale, and then own the stuff you want to own. But yeah, I agree with what you're saying, because it's just like it's not on the disc anymore. It's just completely different than like getting
take it away from you. Yeah, guess what? They could put a kill switch out and kill all your Xboxes and PlayStations. Then your physical game still won't work.
And the thing is too, like media is even worse because there's so many streaming services and things could just be taken off.
Look
left
at Disney.
Or right,
Disney is they're going to license their content out again. So if you bought Disney Plus, you got to go buy something else now.
Yeah, that's why I'm just like, own your shit, rip your stuff, back it up, and call it a day. Because after these streaming services, you kind of have to, like Perry said, get your home theater stuff built, rip your stuff
favorite
now.
movie, Double Trouble with the two guys. I ripped it today. I backed it up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like when I get my stuff on the shelf and I have my movies here, no one's gonna come in here hopefully and take stuff off the shelf while I'm watching it. If I'm watching a show, it's not gonna disappear unless someone sneaks in here and takes my shit. But it's not gonna go anywhere, and that's what I like. I like that security. Games, you don't really have that problem. It's just more on like what console you're playing them on. But for media, it's a lot different. So I think there's still some wiggle room with that argument of like, why some of that stuff still needs to be around. But the average person doesn't care about what we're talking about now. The average consumer, if they want to watch Jurassic Park, they're not going to go look for the DVD. They're just going to try to find it on a TV real quick on a service,
You know what took this physical thing out of the way? When people started using Spotify, when they started buying digital music, when they started this stuff is just the way that things evolve. That
just shot the music industry in the head. That was it. It was like you don't got to pay
I got my
for
phone
any
right
album
here. Am
ever?
I complaining that there's no disk drive on my phone? I can't plug one in. I'm going to plug in a floppy drive with USB-C and put discs in this thing on my phone. Come on, man.
What I do is Oh, go ahead. What were you saying?
I was saying, where's my 8-track on my iPhone?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for real.
Well, that's the thing. Apple Music, Spotify, exactly. And like same thing now, like YouTube Music, right? Back in the day, we had this big problem with, music being on YouTube, music being in videos. Now they have a whole app that is all YouTube Music that it's pretty much like Spotify, and I use it. I actually use YouTube Music. I don't use Spotify. I don't use anything. I mean, I still
That's the thing.
have
These services exist because people are lazy.
right.
People are blaming the companies. Companies are just following what the consumer is doing.
Yeah, and for me, I was like, oh, I get YouTube Music with my premium
Look at this.
subscription.
This is a PlayStation 1. All right? You want to know what disc is in it? Can anybody guess what game is in here?
It's a big old SD card.
Fatal Frame.
Oh, that's the
Wow.
power button. It's got all the games. And Anthony's right.
Yeah.
It's on one SD card. Okay? That's
Perry
how you
wants to
fucking
switch
play
between
games.
games on stream. He has everything at his disposal right there.
Right
That's
there.
right.
Every single game is on here.
That's
With
awesome.
my wireless 8-bit
Yeah.
PlayStation.
And that's awesome, and that's what makes it awesome, and I have the same thing with my GameCube. Like Perry did the Pico boot for me, and that was like awesome just to turn it on and have everything there. Like we
That's
took
it.
that out over the weekend. We had a couple people over, and they were just like, "Oh, this is awesome!" It's like this game's on there. It's like just to have everything. You turn it on, and it's just there. It's
When
like
I play
jukebox.
this, I turn it on, it's all there. I don't have to go, where's that disc? Where's this? Where's that? Go get it.
Yeah.
It's all scratched. Oh, I got to order another one. No, I'm done with that shit, okay? It's all right here. All right. This is the future, okay?
You
People
chair.
gotta
Your
get
ROMs
over
are
it.
all on there.
Everything's on there. Shout out to the community who ripped all these games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's people out there that
And shout out to the people that made
that do
this
that.
device, too. The ODE that reads the SD card.
That's so cool.
That is fucking awesome. Can I get that for my PS1? Yes, you can get it for your PS1. Your PS2? You can hack your PS2 right now and install a hard drive and do all that shit. But this is the future, okay? Digital stuff for old stuff, old media. The discs don't last forever anyway. I have Xbox 360 games at the shop that have disc rot. People traded in a bunch of games.
You've
and
had GameCube games. that
Halo
had disc
Reach
rot.
was
You showed,
fucking all
yeah.
disc rot.
You showed me and Frank the GameCube games that literally had nothing on the back of them, and they just didn't work.
Right.
So we saw it in person. I mean, these things do happen, and I think, having options is great. There's nothing wrong with having options. All right, I have my stuff on the shelf there, but okay, I can also play digital over here. Like it's
But the
it's
people
fine.
bitching about this stuff already went digital, okay? Because look at PlayStation. Before the PlayStation 5 came out, 68% of PlayStation players were digital on PlayStation 4. Okay?
Right now
So
with this
who
new
is-
one coming
Who
out,
is bitching about this stuff? GameStop? Fuck them. They
Yeah.
should have treated their customers right. Like Blockbuster. I don't think people remember. Blockbuster towards the end treated their customers like shit. And that's why people said, Netflix? I don't have to go anywhere? Fuck Blockbuster. And Blockbuster was dead. And Blockbuster, by the way, put so many mom and pop businesses out that they finally got what they got.
Yeah.
It just came back around and got them.
it just came
Mine
back
was
around
good.
later.
That
Yeah.
was it. Netflix got them. And it was over. And the entire internet got them.
That
Because
really
Netflix
really
opened
hit.
up the door for all these streaming services now. It really
It,
did.
it really, yeah. It
was
was
the
one of
red
those
box.
things that had, it's funny because they had a chance to kind of get in early on, that Blockbuster. They had that chance, to take out Netflix or to buy them, and they didn't.
Yeah,
which is
because
very-
they thought that people weren't going to do that because broadband was scarce and everything. Well,
Right.
then the broadband companies came out and said, hey, we got cable in the area. We got
Imagine
fiber
that,
optics
like,
in the
imagine-
area."
Imagine Blockbuster movies or it would, instead of Netflix it'd be Blockbuster. Like imagine that alternate reality where that would be the thing. It would just be
That'd be
Blockbuster,
crazy.
the
But
service.
they would have screwed
It'd
it
be
up
everywhere.
because they obviously screwed it up by not taking it.
Well, they didn't get they didn't have the right people that were thinking ahead, and I think, like you said, they just became really expensive, and then, we never went to Blockbuster because the mom and pop place was cheaper, and yeah, it sucks that you see things like that come and go, and but at the same time, like you said, it comes back to bite them when things change and they're not ready for that change. And yeah, people are just and Netflix just stopped their their DVD mailing thing. You could buy like all of them were dropping prices. You could just buy. They had like a bunch on sale, which is funny. So they finally stopped the mail-in DVDs. So on the topic of
They
that,
just stopped that last week, I think.
yeah. So we didn't talk about that, but that's kind of relevant to what we're talking about because yeah, it's just things are changing a bit, and you have the writing is on the wall. That was said in the chat, and yeah, it's the same thing. It's like it's there, and I think a lot of people will obviously already making that jump gradually, or maybe they're because I kind of have both feet in the pool here because it's like I'm kind of getting still into the physical stuff on the movie side because again that's still what I love, and then I have digital for all of the PS5 and Xbox Series stuff. So it's like again, like Perry said, game share. That's a huge thing because I game share with my dad on the PlayStation, and then me and Callie game share on Xbox. So it's like it's you get if I get the Texas Chainsaw game, then she could play it if obviously she has Game Pass, but you get what I'm saying. If you do that,
share your Game Pass.
You can share the Game Pass. So
whoa, you could do that? Yeah, you could do that. Whoa.
Yeah. Whoa. So that's the one thing too. I think a lot of people will start seeing that sooner or later. But yeah, I'm not too concerned about what this GameStop guy is saying, and they've been out of the loop as yeah. They've just been completely screwed. So yeah, so that's that with that conversation in terms of like I think there's a lot of a wake up call we'll see with these the PS5 Pro, and we'll see what Nintendo does with this next console. If they're going to be sticking out with the cartridge or not.
They said it's going to have physical games, so Nintendo's still there. But now I don't know what's going to happen with
for last
backwards
gen
compatibility.
Yeah,
is it going to be backwards? Are they going to still sell the old Switch? I don't know.
And
Nintendo probably not.
Who knows?
And they got well, also speaking of Mario, didn't they get a new voice actor for him?
Yeah, Charles Martinet retired.
Yeah.
I don't think he retired. I think he was sent home.
Really?
They were like, go home.
Whenever they say somebody retires, that means they fucking fired the guy. Okay, but now they're saying they gave him a different position. So that means they were like, hey, we don't want you to voice Mario anymore, but we'll make it up to you. Here's a position. And then maybe in early next year, they'll say he left the position. Meaning they said, all right, we're fucking done with you, get out.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's stuff like that kind of changes from time to time, We're used
like
to
Jim
that
Ross.
in the RE realm.
Jim Ross, Stephanie McMahon fired him, and they put all over WWE.com, Jim Ross has retired. And all the fans were, thank you, JR. He goes on the radio, Sam Roberts radio show, and he goes, they fired my ass.
Well, you see, they fired my ass.
JR.
There's literally video of that, of him saying they fired my ass. He goes, I didn't retire. I don't know why they said that.
Oh,
I want
man.
CM Punk to do that on like a radio show. They fired my ass.
Yeah.
We'll talk about him in a little bit. Freddy's the
um,
tape of VHSs, okay, RWK. I only buy physical Gears, Resident Evil, Gears, and Call of Duty for steelbooks. Well, soon you'll be buying
I do the
steelbooks
same
with nothing
thing.
in them.
I do the same thing where I'll buy steelbooks for stuff that I like, or if it has, if they have a game in them, even better. Like the Gears steelbook was nice, like the Gears 5 one. That was nice.
I have my
like the
music and
MVP
movies
too.
backed up on a hard drive,
Good.
thanks to me for telling you how to back it up. Awesome. Blockbuster needed Don Matrick. I don't know, man. Gotta get a new hard drive for the movies, says Cannibal. I have a 4K
yeah.
cut of the original Star Wars.
Yeah,
Not
that's
the
out there.
special edition version. My God, they broke his contract in half. They sure did.
Do they still do GameFly? Is that still a thing?
Yeah, it is.
It is until everything goes digital.
Yeah, I mean, GameFly is still around.
Oh shit, that's crazy. I don't know how they're still freaking going.
you know, to be fair, I don't know how they're going, but I will say this. It's probably the only way to like rent like these like current games, which to be honest with you, I kind of miss being able to do. Like just being able to like try out something that might be shit, and if you drop like $7, you don't got to drop the whole price.
Anthony, only people on welfare rent games. Come on.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that
Poor
was the
people
thing going
pass.
around.
You can do it on Redbox, I think. Like if you go like Redbox.
They used to. They stopped doing
They
games.
stopped
a
doing
handful of
games because
years
people
ago.
kept stealing them.
Yeah.
Fred.
Yeah, that's fair.
I remember.
Yeah, sorry. Not my fault.
I remember. Yeah, GameFly's website's still here. You could start a free trial, and they have PS5 games, Series X stuff.
GameFly is how I bought Resident Evil 2 and 3 on GameCube. I rented it, and then I bought it, and they sent me the manual with the box and everything.
No late fees, cancel anytime. I mean, they still got something going here. And you know what's funny is that you can actually rent 4Ks from them, which is pretty cool. You know, again, like something that like is just, it's kind of like a video store, but just on demand, like just by renting. And obviously, like they send them to you. But I think being able to rent 4Ks is something that like we never got a chance to see, obviously, and we only got the Blu-rays. But I like that because yeah, sometimes like I don't want to spend $30 on a on a 4K, but I'll rent a 4K if it's part of my membership, you know.
Oh, definitely.
But and you could buy them too, so they do the same thing. Like Perry said, you could buy stuff. So it's somehow
Just keep it rented until it goes on sale, free to purchase, and then buy it.
It was pretty much like the Netflix for like video games, pretty much back then.
Yeah, and it's still going on, strangely enough. So yeah.
Great. Well, like you said, they're the only one like around like now. That's the only place
yeah.
like,
if you really want to try shit that isn't, you know, obviously on Game Pass or the lousy PlayStation service that doesn't really have a lot of new stuff, unfortunately. But that's, you know, again, the fault of their crappy service that they're raising price for. But we talked about that last week. But
they should just call like the PSN like Game Pass, whatever it's called. They should call it Jim Ryan's freaking man cave.
Yeah, Ryan's man cave. Yeah,
Ryan's crumpets.
Ryan's crumpet cave.
Yeah. Damn, I forgot about GameFly. RWK with a $1.99 super chat. It's Richard, not here. Haven't heard from him lately. He was in the chat earlier.
He was just here.
He waved his hand. They are closing, I believe, and sent customers 30 days DVDs each for free. What?
Oh, what? GameFly?
GameFly or Netflix? Because Netflix closed their thing. I don't think.
I didn't even know you could.
You can also buy used games from GameFly without a membership. They're on sale a lot. Yeah, I see Wario posts them all the time.
GameFly's not going anywhere.
Jim Ryan,
not right now.
Oh shit!
Jim Ryan sucks too. His games fucking suck, and he's a big fucking liar anyway.
We got another drink. Give me 1 second.
Oh, he's got to get loaded to do this show. It's VB with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you again, RWK, for the $1.99 super chat as well.
Might have been Netflix, yeah.
Might have been Netflix DVD service. That's pretty much, I think, what it was.
Netflix. That would be kind of cool if like Blockbuster like actually had like a streaming service. That would be pretty freaking cool.
Well, they did, but nobody like used it. And then they got rid of it.
They did have a streaming service?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
If you had like some cable company or something, they gave it to you. It just didn't work out.
Yeah,
so
no, Disney's not working with Spectrum anymore.
So Spider-Man 2 is it for Sony this year? Pretty much. I know Abbo's going to say Helldivers, but nobody plays Helldivers. Come on.
I'm still waiting for the new Uncharted. I just want it.
You're going to be waiting a lot longer for that.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be like 70 and still wait for that fucking game.
Start shaking, and if he doesn't have a drink from Wawa iced tea every hour.
Well, it's funny. So they've been completely out of that for almost 2 months now.
Oh, man.
So I'm going to call it quits at the end of this month. I'm done. No. I just walk away from the internet because there's no Wawa peach tea.
That's it. Done.
No, so you can still buy them, but they're in like I don't know, like little bottles, and it's like I'll finish that in like 2 seconds.
It's like
You
a
know what I mean?
shot glass.
Yeah, so I could still get it, but it's like, do I even want to do that? So I've just been getting like, like body armor and shit, because these are always like 2 for whatever.
Oh,
So
body armor's I like body armor. It's
body
pretty
armor
good.
is pretty good, yeah. So it's not at like there's sugar in this, but it's not as much, so I won't get a kidney stone as fast. So I'd rather get my kidney stone slowly. No, well, in other news, if you guys didn't know, Volition is done. Saints Row, bye bye. That happened earlier this
Yeah, a
week.
lot of people think it's because the game was certain political spectrum. It's like no.
No.
What happened was, who owned them again? Tencent, not Tencent.
Volition.
No. But who owns Volition?
Embracer Group, right?
Embracer
Yes.
lost $2 billion in a fucking deal. So they had
God
to close
damn.
studios down.
They Kmarted themselves.
People think that Saints Row fucking came out. It wasn't the political standards or whatever. So that the game tanked the company. No. Embracer had to fucking close them down.
And Volition's been open
And they
for
closed
30
them down
years.
like immediately. They just posted online. Yeah, today's the last day. We're done. See
Yeah,
you later.
and they've been a thing for 30 years, and they're known. People know them from Red Faction, Saints Row, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's a very I want to say something. I mean, Saints Row. I mean, the first game was such a awesome time for what I remember. Just playing that in the summer of 2006, and
It was a funny game.
It was a funny game, and Keith David is the man in that. And 2 I think is probably the best one. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, "What?" But like 2 was when it became not just a GTA clone; it had more of an identity.
Right.
And then obviously 3 took it even further and more silly and stuff like that. But 2 was like the sweet spot, and I loved 1 and 2. I just love that era and how
I
goofy
remember
it was.
with 1, I made the most ugliest guy. And in the beginning, they're all like in a cutscene. They're like, "Look at this motherfucker!" And he was like, such an ugly guy, like shaking around. Like,
Do you still have that save somewhere? You might.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was on like my OG account. It was when I hacked the Xbox 360. I just downloaded these games for free.
Right, just to check them out. Yeah. Well,
Way to go.
and that's not backwards compatible, the first one. I think the second one is. I don't know if the first one is. Maybe it
the
is.
second one is. I remember playing the second one.
I might be wrong on that. So let me check that. But yeah, I think
Well, who's gonna pick up that IP?
that's the thing. I didn't want to say that Saints Row is completely done, because it doesn't mean that this IP can't be picked up. But I will say this: the reboot, whatever they did, and no, it's not because of what people are saying online.
Yeah, people are stupid.
They made a shitty reboot, just through and through. They made a half-baked
Even if the game
reboot.
sold 1 million copies, they were going to shut the studio down anyway because they lost $2 billion on another deal that they were doing.
Right.
They probably looked at Volition and was like, you know what? It ain't worth keeping the studio open.
Yeah, I mean, they've been open for 30 years. It's a long time.
Maybe they'll sell the IP and get some money. They get some extra money going. But Embracer's been doing that. They've been taking out little subsidiaries that they own because they can't afford it. They lost a lot of money. They lost $2 billion, man.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think
a deal that was, they thought the deal was in place. The deal fell through, and they had to pay a $2 billion penalty or whatever it was. So they lost $2 billion. $2 billion is a lot of money.
And the thing is, too, is like I feel like they kind of lost a lot of money on
Hockey
stuff
fan,
like.
take care, brother. We'll talk about CM Punk later in the show. So when you come back tomorrow or whatever, watch it download.
Yeah.
Just, rewind to the.
Yeah, we'll probably
pretty much
save
to
that
the
for
end.
the last but not least segment. That will probably be like
Yeah.
the great
icing on the
Thanks for
cake.
coming in, man.
icing on
Thanks
the
for hanging
cake.
out.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for hanging out, man. Thanks for always supporting
Hell
our
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, I really was, and here's the thing: I might sound like a hypocrite because I haven't played Saints Row 5 or Saints Row. It's just called Saints Row, but it's Saints Row 5. Let's be fucking real. I just didn't have an interest because it was kind of like taking a little bit more of a serious approach, but I feel like Saints Row kind of had an identity crisis.
It wasn't
after
a serious.
3.
I played it, and I actually bought it when it was $15. because me and my wife and Frank were gonna play. I think it's only 3 players online. I don't even think it's 4 players.
This 3-player shit.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
Make it an even number. Fuck.
No, because it's gaming today. Why would they? The game was horrible, man. I made Sherman Klump from Nutty Professor. That was my character.
Yeah.
And he's like, it starts off, oh my god, it's just, you start off fucking fighting this guy with like a machine gun or whatever. You're running around with like armor on, and then like after that, you're just supposed to be like a college student getting money for freaking to pay your rent. But the game's just stupid. And then the world, the open world, there's nobody in it. I played it on PC. I streamed it. It was horrible.
It just seemed empty, right?
It was
And that's
very
the thing
empty.
too, because they said they wanted this game to bring it back to its roots, right? But it seems like it didn't even have that sense of like, hey, we're trying to do something new here with like, I know it's not going to be like you're already in the I guess I don't know what's the word, like you're owning everything, because in 3 and 4 it was like you owned everything, like
Right.
It wasn't like you had to climb like you had to in 1 and 2. It was like a different approach. I mean, like 4 you get invaded by aliens, so when you think you run
Yeah, and
something,
then
you don't.
Agents of Mayhem is like technically a sequel to all that, but nobody knew.
And that lost a lot of money too, because
nobody
knew
that was a Saints Row game.
Yeah,
They were like,
it's
what
like-
the fuck is Agents of Mayhem?
And they wonder why this sold like 10 times more than well, of course Saints Row 5 is going to sell more than Agents of Mayhem, like because people know what it is, or if they don't know that it's like a reboot, so to speak, or like whatever it was trying to be. I don't know. I just think that they should have hit the ground running. Not that this would have saved them from closing, but I this probably didn't help. It probably didn't have
It probably
great
would have been.
mark.
I don't know. You can't. The game really didn't dictate whether they were going to shut the studio down because of the situation that they're in. Because if they didn't lose the $2 billion, they wouldn't have shut it down. You'd probably be getting Saints Row 2 right now. You know what I mean? Or something, whatever else. Agents of Mayhem 2. Maybe something different. Maybe they would have made Saints Row 5 with the 5 in it and brought it back to what it was. Who the hell knows? I don't know.
Yeah, and guess what? Now you would have to wait, probably a handful of years until you even see something else if someone picks it up.
They give
if
it
they
to a
want
different studio that they own, or if the IP's dead, or if they sell it off. I mean, if I were them, I would sell it off and make money off of it. Whatever it's worth. Oh my god, what's up, man? How you doing? Frank's not here.
What's up?
Did I have a huge no.
I'm Frank. Hello.
Hockey fan, take care again, man. Really quick, what I want to talk about, when did Jedi Survivor come out? April or May?
I want to say April.
Well, guess what? They just patched it now,
Oh my god!
and they fixed the frame stuttering, so it's a full 60 FPS on consoles.
Wow,
Fucking
Because
time.
what they did was, when the game came out,
Frank's gonna be happy about that.
well, now he can't because he doesn't have time to play.
Well, at least when he gets back to it, he can play a stable game. Because you're even saying how that was pissing you guys. I mean,
I
both
didn't.
you were
I
saying
played
that.
it for an hour and I turned it off, and never went back, and that was X
Even
amount
on
of months
PC.
ago.
It was stuttering.
On PC, it's a broken mess. I think it
Oh,
still
no.
is, actually. So what happened was, on console, they released it with ray tracing, like
Okay.
always on. You couldn't turn it off.
Okay.
And that's what screwed up the frames. I think on PC, with this patch, they added DLSS.
But why would they do that for Star Wars of all things? I feel like they would take priority with at least having that as an option to turn on and off.
They should have. But they turn it off because they're releasing it on last-gen consoles. So now they're like, oh, yeah, you know what? We don't need that on. I think they did that because it's going to be, what was that thing? What's that shit called? Cross-buy or whatever?
Oh yeah.
What's that thing? Upgrade? What do they call that crap?
Smart delivery.
Smart delivery. I think it's
Yeah.
going to be smart delivery, so that's why they did that. Has the
That makes
PS4
sense.
version come out yet? No, not yet.
No.
And they added frame generation, DLSS 3. Yeah, I just said that.
Why do they take so long to like patch it? Like, what the hell were they doing?
I don't know, but they robbed everybody because we paid full price and now the game is like $30.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could have just waited, but at the same time, you don't know because you're fans of the property, and again, like many Star Wars fans, they're
And
gonna
the
buy
first
it day
game
one.
wasn't fucked up like this. The first game was
No.
good. So this is where I screwed up in the game. I attacked that guy.
Oh yeah,
And everyone's after me.
Oh shit!
And then there was a point where I got abducted by this pirate guy. And he's like, "You will join me or go to jail." And I said, "I'd rather go to jail." So he says, "Fine." So I'm in the jail, or so I thought. And they just start like taking out the guards. But I'm not in jail. I'm back in society again. So I don't know what the hell happened. And I'm just laughing like when I was playing it. The chat room had a good time though.
yeah. Like I'm just really surprised that they would treat Star Wars like that with those games when the first one had such a great response. You know,
I don't know what they were thinking.
that really is strange.
I'm glad they fixed it though, because I could go back to it.
Yeah, it's better than just.
But I
having
missed the whole great game because of it, the whole year, because it's like the performance issues.
Yeah.
Did they do that with Cyberpunk too? Where like Cyberpunk came out?
Yeah, but that was different. That was.
It was more of the next gen update took a little bit,
Well,
and
they lied to everybody about Cyberpunk. Like,
yeah,
oh, this game's amazing. Oh, the game comes out a piece of shit on the old the consoles. The old consoles were the problem with that game.
yeah, people liked it on PC, but I never fully gave it a chance and played it. But I know people loved it. You
Here in
know,
the PS5 version, there's constant screen tearing and can hit 60 FPS. Well, great for PlayStation. Man, these consoles suck, man. We thought we were getting out of prison. Now we're on probation, like hardcore probation over there.
yeah. Now it's like you're. I don't know. It's almost like
Like you're under house arrest.
house arrest. I was just about to say
out.
house arrest. I was literally just about to say that.
You
Yeah.
got out, but you got the ankle bracelet on.
Yeah. And you're gonna be you know, playing Forza before you know it in 60, but stuff like Starfield, you'll play you'll keep playing in 30.
This is why I'm
so
so
don't worry.
tired of hearing about this shit with Xbox. They promise so much shit and they don't deliver on it.
Redfall is going to be the best game ever.
Yeah, I mean
I
that was
like how
strike one.
they came out. I think Pete Hines came out and said, "Oh, Redfall, we're not giving up on it." It's like, bro, everyone fucking gave up on it, and he thinks people are going to be playing it for the next 10 years. Yeah, all right, whatever.
I gave up on. I didn't even play it.
Now you just flat out fucking lying in public. Yeah, everyone's going to keep playing it. No, they're not. People are done with that. People don't even know what the fuck that game is now. They would have to totally like revamp that, reintroduce it. I don't even know how you can.
Yeah, it's one of those yeah, I don't
Starfield's out. Who the fuck's gonna play Redfall?
well, that's the thing too. It's like the train's left the station, you know. It's like it's too
saying,
late.
yeah, everyone's gonna play Deathloop when we put an HD patch on.
Yeah,
for
it's
fucking
like,
3 more
dude,
months.
no.
It's like that game has fucking been out for 2 years.
No.
Care.
And now they're really focused on, you know, Starfield here, and I will give them this. I didn't talk about this when we had our Starfield segment, but you know, it didn't release with as many bugs as people were expecting, which is kind of funny because Bethesda's known for, you know, that history. But to be fair, there wasn't like that many issues with it, which is
my guy, when I stopped playing, you'll see it at the end of this. He was floating.
right.
And he couldn't stop floating. And I died, and he respawned floating. So I hope when I load my save, he still ain't floating, because then I'm going to be in big trouble.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not saying it's, you know, completely squeaky clean of bugs,
I know.
but you know what I mean. It's like the typical like meme of that is not really, can't really be used here unless there's, you know, obviously stuff that comes out otherwise or things that become worse but I mean, most people are beating it at this point, which is wild. But I'm sure if you just did mission,
Some
mission,
speedrunner beat it in 3 hours.
yeah, if you just jump to missions, you probably
Fuck,
don't have to
insane.
dick around, and there's probably a way to level up. That's the thing, though. It's like, is leveling up that essential then? If you could just do that, then can you just naturally level up no matter what if you do those missions, or do you have to do side stuff to also help you out depending on the ending? Is there multiple endings? Like things like that, I wonder. But I'll try to stay off the social media in terms of the Starfield stuff, because I like to play. If I get into it, if I get really into the story, I'd like to see it unfold myself, because it does seem pretty cool. I just have to kind of sink more hours into it, you know. But Frank's played the most of it, like 7 hours, so that's cool.
Probably played more than that.
Yeah, since that recording, so
The recording was like 3 days ago.
that's right up his alley too. So that's, you know, that's
I didn't
really
even watch that recording until now.
Yeah, I've never been like a big like Fallout fan or like those style of games or anything.
Yeah,
like that,
same
but-
here. Yeah,
But like
Me
I'm willing
neither.
to give it a try. I'm willing to
I
give it a
tried
shot.
playing Fallout and Skyrim. I couldn't get into them.
Yeah, me neither. I used to play Oblivion with my cousin. That's about it.
But this game is like, it's awesome. It's like right up your alley. It's space. It's a different type of game. It might be like a Bethesda game, but it just feels different. It feels like they really catered to the masses with this one.
yeah, and yeah, it's part of that space aesthetic that I like, in terms of like just the exploration and the detail is really really cool, and really brings you into that world. It does feel like there was a lot of thought put into it. So, you know, at least we have something to play for the next, you know, month or so as we get into October and we get into fall time and things start. A lot of physical media is coming out too, which is pretty cool. But and stuff's getting, like I said, getting tossed around. You know what also came out though is an update for Texas Chainsaw. It came out yesterday, and it's very interesting because it removed crossplay between console and PC because of to improve an anti-cheat measure that will be
get the fuck out of here.
reinstated later. And I was like, this is so stupid, because like
How do you remove crossplay? Now I can't play with anybody.
that's what pisses me off. Like, I only have one other, you know, person or you guys that have a console that can play this, but like I have friends that are on PC that would like to play, and they're doing it. They said it's going to be reinstated in the future, but that seems like it could be a while. I don't know.
In the
It
future?
says
Well,
the
then
patch
you fucking
includes,
owe people a lot of money because that's bullshit. I bought
Yeah.
it on Steam. I like to play it on the PC.
yeah, and it's an 8 gigabyte update, right? So if it fixes patches, so bug fixes and stuff like that, right? But it's like, when I saw that, I was like, well, why wasn't that implemented from the beginning? If you knew you were going to have crossplay between console and PC.
That's why they did the damn tech test.
Yeah. But they try to put that in the highlight. It was like, we are temporarily separating PC and console, but it's like, yeah, I can't play with like my friends now.
You know what the biggest problem with that game is, matchmaking? Excuse me, people keep leaving the lobby.
Yeah, it's like
you have a
Halo.
lobby full of people and people just keep leaving.
It's like Halo from back in the day. Like when you try to start it and then the counter would go back and you're like, no, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is that? You know,
Yeah,
really
but
annoying.
MW2 too, like Call of Duty, like someone
Yeah.
like, oh, you have enough people, and then someone like, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, and then you need a Leatherface to start. So when it happens on the family, you get even more pissed because you're like, all right, like if you don't want to be Leatherface, for example, but sometimes you got to bite the bullet. But for example, now it can actually start with just 2 family members. So if the third person doesn't join, you could just have Leatherface
They
hitchhiker.
added the guy looks like Billy from Resident Evil. Like it's literally the sprite.
Leland.
Yeah. Whatever
Leland's
his name is.
Yeah, Leland is not only a dumb name, but it's just hilarious that he just does the headbutt, and that's how he's able to stop you. And I've only ever played like the victims a few times because I'm more into like playing the family. But
Right.
I want to learn more on the game. But I'm starting to learn the maps a little bit more. But I just think it's so funny that like some of the stuff, it still needs some like fixing with some of the bugs and stuff like that. I also feel like some abilities don't do anything.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, I thought that this patch update was a real bummer when it came to the crossplay thing. I mean, I didn't experience any cheating, but like, you should at least still be able to play with your friends. You know what I mean? So that means if like we want to play it, we all got to play it on a Series X.
You hear that, Brendan? We can't play together because he's on PC. My friend that's in the chat.
Oh man,
Yeah, so we can't.
I have a
Brendan.
couple friends on PC as well that like
I'm on PC.
that's what they have. Perry's on PC as well. Yeah, Perry bought it on Steam. Brandon bought it on Steam too. Brandon can't play. He was trying to play more. He can't play. It's just all my friends like that were actually interested in it now are just like isolated from playing through crossplay. Obviously, Xbox and PlayStation still have crossplay, but it's also interesting, right? This game, if you're on Xbox One, you can only play with Xbox One players. If you're on PS4, you can only play with PS4 players. It doesn't have crossplay for PS4 to PS5, or so like we're trying to play with one of our friends at Xbox. Nope. Like our Xbox One can't play. It's like separate. It's weird.
So
I've never
stupid.
seen anything like that.
Yeah,
Anything
but
else
can't
on
the Xbox
Xbox
One people just stream it with xCloud? Because they're streaming from a Series X.
I think you could do that probably, but that might look like shit at that point, depending
It's
on
gonna
your
look like
internet.
shit and run like shit. But if you're wired, you might get away with it.
It's annoying, but like that shouldn't be. Lot of dumb shit with that.
That's
Yeah,
freaking
I
stupid.
didn't know
I
that.
hate
So you
it.
broke that news too. That fucking sucks.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, I didn't mean to be the bearer of bad news, but unfortunately, that's
Well,
probably
then
the
they owe
one.
everyone on Steam a fucking refund.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, this is what I'm sick of these stupid fucking developers. Okay, like the
They
crunch.
can't get it right. It's like once they do one
Fuck
thing,
you and
they
your
can't
fucking crunch, because guess what, motherfucker? You guys can't even make a game. Okay? It's my fault. I paid $35 for that game. It's my fault that you couldn't make the game with the anti-cheat shit. That's your fucking problem, bro. That's not my problem. Give me my money back. How about that? Say, you know what? We're going to refund everybody. If you bought it, you're going to keep the game until we fix the problem, but we're going to refund you right now.
Even this guy said right here under this thread, he was like, they need to be extremely transparent on this. Saying temporary is not good enough for disabling
is
an
not good
essential
enough.
and advertised game feature. Exactly. They advertised this. They said crossplay. Guess what? Friday the 13th, we didn't have crossplay. It was a little early when crossplay was getting around.
Who the fuck
you know?
cares if they're cheating and Friday freaking Texas Chainsaw anyway? You know what I mean?
Well, but like you said, we had tech tests for this.
Of course
like,
they did.
And the
They had
tech tests were
anti-bear
crossplay.
cheat shit that you have to fucking run when you run the game.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, what is going on? And
Yeah,
everyone
like,
in this thread is just like,
They
now
don't
I
even
can't
have
play with my
trainers
friends.
for this game, so I don't even know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah, someone just says, my friend have been playing nonstop for 2 weeks, but she's on PS5, I'm on PC. People are just pissed, man. They're just saying, by temporary, what do you mean? People are saying splitting up consoles and PC is going to kill it.
The
I
game
will
is gonna
say
be
this.
dead. If it goes on for 2 more weeks, the game's dead.
The queue has been taking longer now since this happened. Like, I used to find games like that. Like, snap, like 1, 2, 3, snap, like, you're done.
Because you got
Now-
people playing on Game Pass and PlayStation be able to buy the game.
Yes, exactly.
That's what's
and I
also
can't play
fucking
with
ruining
Xbox One players, and PlayStation 5 can't play with PS4, so they're only pairing up to, current gen. And yeah, like what the hell? Like, that should be priority number one. If there's other bugs, the only other thing I will say is, please, for the love of God, cut out the cutscene where Grandpa wakes up. I don't need to see him wake up. It cuts away from the game. And keep in mind, stuff is still happening while that cutscene is going on. So if you see someone and Grandpa wakes up, you just see him in the chair, and then the guy is like in the other room. You're trying to chase a guy, and you're like, what is going on? You're sawing a door, and like,
Just have like an icon pop up or something.
that's
like
all
that.
you have to do, because it says it on the side. Grandpa's hungry. Grandpa needs to be fed. Like, it says it on the side. We don't need to see a cutscene that completely cuts away. So yeah, that's a little annoying. But other than that, man, priority number one, like, fix this PC thing, man. Put the crossplay back on. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's that. Hopefully, like, they should just put, like, like, hey, this will be back up in like 2 weeks, 1 week, a month, like something. Not just like it's terrible.
These companies never do that. They never tell you the truth. This is what I'm saying, man. Current gaming fucking blows. It really sucks. The smart people in gaming are the people that don't buy shit and they wait till the end. Like PlayStation 5. What the fuck is there to play? Let's be honest here.
Nothing.
If you wait till the end of the gen, you get the machine, you get the service, you get all the fucking games.
Right.
You won. We're the idiots that buy these things and we're stuck fucking sitting there like idiots.
I use my PlayStation 5 for one game and one game only. I just play the fuck out of Uncharted. That's it.
Fuck
That's
that game.
it.
That game sucks.
Mario put out a thing a few minutes ago. He says Starfield has crossed 1 million concurrent players across all platforms. So there you go.
Yeah, it's all the people that work at Microsoft.
Yeah. It has a screenshot of all the reviews of all the high praised reviews. So
How many of them were paid off?
IGN wasn't because they gave it a 6.
They gave it a 7. Did they lower
Was it
it?
a 7? Okay, maybe I looked at it
GameSpot and
wrong.
IGN gave it a 7 just because they didn't want to give them codes or whatever. I'm not kidding. They didn't give them review codes.
That's true. No, that happens all the time. Yeah, we talk about that all the
And
time.
they did it on
here.
purpose because they didn't want them fucking bombing the game, and they bombed it anyway.
People do that for COD too. You know, happens.
I waited almost 3 years to buy a new system. Me smart? Yes.
They're releasing another COD soon too. Another one.
Yeah, we
Yes,
know.
that's in November, right?
Yep.
They're like, this is our last Call of Duty for like 4 years.
No, it isn't.
There it goes.
It makes too much money.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we can make more money. Let's
They
release
said
another one.
we.
No, that's
could get-
because of fucking Bobby Kotick. Because the deal didn't go through right away, so they said, all right, release the DLC, release that as an actual game. So I could get paid more fucking money before the deal closes. That's all it was.
I've been playing Call of Duty since
Well, who
like,
cares? Microsoft's going to fuck it up
Yeah.
anyway. They fuck everything up.
Yeah, that's good.
Bill Spencer, hey, Call of Duty's coming! Fucking 2029. Hey, it's coming, don't worry. Game Pass.
Game
You
Pass.
can
Game
play
Pass.
Redfall 3 if you want to while you wait.
We just updated Redfall like a month ago. If anybody remembers. Game Pass. They're all fucking lies. Sick of this Xbox shit.
Yeah, we kind of keep getting hit with left hooks and right hooks, and then when we get games that are like actually pretty decent, there's like shit that goes
At
wrong with
least
them.
Sony fucking doesn't say anything and then they just release shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Microsoft
know,
says
man.
everything and then this shit gets fucked up and then they're like, it's still coming, don't worry.
They get our hopes up just to crash them.
Half these fucking games aren't even gonna come out. I'm telling you. Oh, I want to talk about Fable. Yeah, you do, but it's not fucking ready yet. Oh, yeah. I want to talk about Fable, but Phil Spencer won't let me. Yeah, because it's not ready. They're still writing the fucking script. Evil West and Texas Chainsaw just got an update.
I gotta play Evil West still. Heard that was pretty good.
What?
Yeah,
Evil
Evil
West? I
West.
have it on Steam, but I never played it.
that dropped in price too.
Yeah, I gotta check it out.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying when we get something that's like good and then there's like it's like good but then there's shitty things about it, right? Like Starfield has some of that. Texas Chainsaw has updates that are like butchering the play base, like you just divided a whole like I don't know. That just is mind blowing to me.
You can't just get like a straight game that's like perfect when it comes out anymore.
Yeah, and like you do tests to avoid this shit, and you do like these online, especially when it's multiplayer based. Like that's what it like prevent cheaters on the PC.
I
Like
think
why?
the 360 generation was like the last, like, good generation.
That was the last of that. Yeah,
Because you got the games, they fucking came out, they worked for the most part. If they didn't, it was a small little update that fixed everything. 1, 2, 3. And, people are like, oh, games cost more money to make. It's like, dude, the games look like fucking 360 games. You telling me they cost more money to make now? This game looks like fucking shit compared to fucking Mass Effect. You would think, if I would have told you this was Mass Effect on Xbox 360 and not Starfield, you'd be like, oh yeah, I remember playing this shit.
Isn't that
I
Lost
mean,
Planet?
look. Yeah, the graphics look good in 4K and shit, but at the end of the day, I'm still a bald guy with no textures on his fucking head running around shooting people, and that's on 4K Ultra.
It's Hitman in space.
Oh, that's so funny.
If I said this was Gears of War, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, I fucking remember this
I
level."
remember this.
Just shot the guy
It's
in
just
the
like
ass.
they just pulled us right into 2006, man, right there.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I don't want to hear this shit that game costs more money. I mean, come on.
Oh,
If they cost
that's
more money, they
awesome.
better look like my fucking ass.
That's so killer.
Nice.
This looks like an Xbox One game.
Oh shit.
I mean,
Fucking
not
Call
on
of
the
Duty
TV
game,
and everything when
shit,
you're
yeah.
natively playing it, but the footage that I got here, it doesn't do it justice over here. It's crazy.
Call of Duty's the same thing. Looks like shit and plays like shit.
Oh, that's that game Fuse on PS3. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
We haven't fucking gone anywhere with graphics. Get the hell out of here. We just got better textures. That's all it is. This
Yeah,
is
it's
where
like
I thought I was in prison. I started killing everybody. And I'm not in prison when I find out later I'm actually on the moon base. All these fun nothing, that had nothing to do with it. Look at this guy right here.
Oh,
Oh man.
that's so killer, man.
Look,
I mean,
it's gonna blow this guy's head off. You can't even blow his head off. His head goes.
Oh man.
Watch. I'm gonna equip the gun. You know, if they want to make this game realistic, how come you just can't blow his head off?
Just blow random
His
people.
head is like a fucking basketball. Just going. Yeah, look, see what the hell is? And he gets right up to fall on me. But he's not
He's like,
dead.
all right. He's like, right this way, sir.
I just shot him in the head like 80 times, and he gets up, falls down, and he gets up again.
Why do I have a headache all of a sudden? Oh.
I thought it was in jail. I was trying to escape prison, but I'm not in jail. This Evil West doesn't run at 1080 60 on the X. I think it does run at 60 on the X.
Well, that's nice.
I have it on PC. I don't know.
X enhanced.
The king will save the gaming industry.
That's right. I hope you will, King. Please do.
Yeah, something's got to give.
Play your beautiful guitar and just make everything 60 frames and just call it a day. That's 60 frames
RWK's got the
Maybe he's got to
MW3
gyrate in the fucking developers' faces in order to get them to fucking get the game to run at 60.
Shove a guitar up Phil Spencer's ass, see what happens.
They toned down the gore in this game compared to the Fallout games.
Was it rated M or T?
I don't know. I have the game right here, actually. I have the collector's edition.
Oh, there you go.
I didn't even open it. I'm going to send that shit back. You hear that, Microsoft? I'm sending your shit back.
It's a steel.
It's the $300 edition, so yeah, it has a steelbook in it. I'm not opening that crap. I'm sending that right back.
Take that, Phil Spencer.
Take
I got 4 of the Spider-Man controllers. And you got fucked because those plates went up earlier today and we both missed out.
Damn.
I missed them by 28 minutes.
Yeah, when I tried the first time, it kept going out of my cart. You know?
Yeah, it's
That's
a
what's
scam.
happening.
I have the machine. I have 2 machines. I might have to send one back because I don't. What am I going to do with them? The console sucks. I mean, what? I unboxed one, so I'm stuck with it.
Dropping plates.
Actually, I
David
could
Draymond.
return it because it was Amazon, but they're gonna like inspect it. The
Oh,
other one's from
RWK, I
Target,
was
it's
saying,
still in the shipping box in the living room.
Oh, really? So you just send it right back?
Or I bring it there and then they mark it down to somebody.
Yeah.
If you buy something online from Target, they don't inventory it the same way, so they drop the price. So if I return that, someone's gonna be able to get it for like $400.
Yeah.
Good. I gotta return that shit. It's ridiculous.
Oh, no, I was saying RWK. I said that you're getting the Modern Warfare 3 Steelbook. Is that from Best Buy? I'm assuming so, because they usually do that as like a pre-order bonus.
I'm dropping plates.
I really don't want to get the new Call of Duty. I don't want to.
I think I'll probably split it with my dad because he usually gets it on the PS5 and we game share. We were talking about game share earlier.
It's
so
literally Modern
split
Warfare 2's DLC, so you're paying full price for fucking DLC. That's all it is.
Like
Because
it's
Bobby
MW3
Kotick needed
remake.
fucking another bonus. I don't even know what's going on with that Activision deal. That shit's supposed to close by October. I don't even know what's up.
And all the Call of Duties would be on Game Pass.
GameStop, Best Buy didn't have it. Well, get ready for a GameStop to go out soon.
Yeah, I guess they still have Steelbooks there, but you know.
Did you pre-order it? Oh, I can't find it.
Yeah. Where'd it
like-
go?
Like Starfield.
Oh,
they
it's in my
canceled-
console right now.
Starfield, they canceled a bunch of Constellation editions. Constellation, whatever the hell it's called. They canceled them, and then 2 days later, after they canceled those shit, they were like, oh, we got them back in stock. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
Why would you want to play that game? That game sucks. Well, then I won't buy it from you guys. Fuck off. Later.
That's what
They're
they
not
would
good
say.
salespeople. They're not good salespeople.
Fred, what do I always tell you when you come in? You're like, is this game good? If you
You say.
ask me my opinion, I will tell you.
Mhm.
But you don't bring a game up to me like, hey, I'm going to buy this game. And I'm going to say, what the fuck's wrong with you, man? I'll be like, all right, cool, check it out. Even if I know the game sucks, I'm not going to tell you that because I want you to buy it.
Yeah.
And then when you buy it, you say, yeah, you know what, I don't like it. I'm going to trade this in. I'm going to get something else. That's the problem with GameStop. Everyone tried to be your friend, and it's like, don't be the customer's friend. That's what killed them. Hey, how's this Xbox controller? Oh, yeah, that controller sucks. Oh, thanks, man. I saved $80. And then when they come, Circle of Life, you didn't sell anything. Well, I should have gotten more perks and breaks. You didn't sell anything.
Well, that's the thing too. It's like they
Like
didn't
you work
really
at a
know
car
how to be
dealership. They're
salespeople.
like, how many
you know?
cars did you fucking sell? I didn't sell any cars because I told them that fucking Chevy was better. You told them that Chevy was better than us, Ford?
Trying to be salespeople that
We're
didn't
fired.
really have anything to sell to begin with. You know, it's like they, at least when I was at Best Buy, you at least had to know how to talk to people. They didn't even know how to talk to people. They would just tell you to get the hell out of their store. Don't buy that game, shit like that. It's like, what if I just told this guy, yeah, don't buy this TV when I worked at Best Buy, Yeah, you don't want to buy this TV. Actually, just fucking leave. You know what? Don't talk to me.
I only tell people the truth if they ask my opinion. Okay?
Right.
Now, if they say, hey, I'm going to buy this game, I'm not going to be like, what the fuck's wrong with you? I'm going to be like, all right, cool, whatever. But if like Fred would say, hey, how's this game? Then I'm going to say, listen, you might like it, but here's the problems that I had with it. And then from there, you can say, okay, you can make a decision what you're going to do. At Best Buy, when I worked at Best Buy, I had a guy come in every weekend, and he would say, what do you think about these games? And I would say, that game looks good. That game I played, that game sucks. And one time the guy was like, well, I'm going to buy the game anyway. The game that sucks. I was like, yeah, no problem. It's up to you. He came back a week later, because he came in every weekend. He came right up to me and goes, you were right, that game sucked. And I was like, look, not trying to hinder your decisions over there, but
just
you
spend
asked
your
my
money how
opinion
you
and I
want.
told you.
Yeah. If
And
you
he's
wanna
like,
buy it,
I'm
you
not
buy it.
mad. He's like, I had to try it just to see what happened. Cam May, what's up, brother? How you doing?
What's up?
Last time I went to GameStop, the store reeked of, perfume because of the sales associate. Ugh.
Well, that's the thing too. It's just like, I feel like, especially how often GameStop gets new employees and they just don't know how to talk or push
I'm
any kind of
surprised they don't
sale.
sell that shit there.
Yeah, we have a
That's fucking
perfume
point.
section, we have a pop section, we have a shirt section, we have a
condom section
we have a
if you want.
changing room. Yeah. We got the
We have,
Yeti
like-
microphones in the
Like a little
back.
stock
Spencer.
below GameStop online.
Like Spencer's.
So how Starfield? I gave it a 1. Okay, my man gave it a 1. It's just not ready yet.
No, me, Perry, and Frank are enjoying it. Fred hasn't played it yet, but
Yeah.
we're enjoying it. I mean, we're not happy it's in 30. Don't get us wrong. And it's not really running up to speed on Perry's PC that he just built.
And you know, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, tomorrow, if I have time, I'll probably give it a try like tomorrow night.
Yeah, we can talk about it next week a little bit more if we play a little bit more of it.
Yeah, I'll play a little bit more of it, get my full opinion on it.
Well, this weekend we're going to TNA Wrestling, Impact Wrestling in White Plains, New York.
Hell yeah.
Maybe our buddy CM Punk will show up and cut a promo. Maybe not.
Is that the
Maybe.
word on the street that he's going there?
Yeah, that's what we've been hearing.
I think that's the only fucking place the guy can go at this point.
Those Canadians gotta take them.
Survivor Series is in WWE's doing Survivor Series in Chicago in November, so maybe he shows up there. I don't know.
Those.
They said they don't want him back though, right?
They don't want him back, and he threatened. The word going around is he threatened Regal when he was in AEW. He said, "I don't like you and the Triple H's stooge." He fucking told him that apparently, right to his face.
Jeez.
He wouldn't shake his hand either. That's the word going around. I don't know if any of this shit is true because they've been putting all this bullshit out against him the whole time.
Yeah, it's not. It's not really straight.
Yeah.
And by the way, the guys that wanted him out did victory laps on
Right.
live TV. It's like, all right, you know where all that shit went now.
Mm-hmm.
The King
Yeah.
pre-ordered a game from GameStop one time and they got the name wrong. True story.
Damn.
What were you saying, Anthony? About CM Punk?
Oh no, I was just saying. Yeah, no, they definitely are gonna act stupid now that they got what they wanted.
They got what they wanted. The company's dead. All these motherfuckers in the chat are listening. They could say AEW just sold out Wembley. Yeah, a bunch of fucking Europeans that don't get wrestling went to a
Yeah, and
fucking show.
and also guess who was there? CM Punk.
And a bunch of empty seats were there too.
Yep.
Yeah, CM Punk was there. They're not going to draw that shit anymore. They're done. They killed that company. Because you know what? Today it's CM Punk, tomorrow it's Edge, or whoever the fuck decides to go there. Now, I'm assuming Edge is second guessing even going there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to have a lot of top stars look at that situation, and they're just laughing at it. They're like, we're not going to go to that shit.
I think he had like a post about it or something like that. I think Edge like had like a little post about like, maybe it's like, thinking about like doing something else. I don't know what it was though.
No, he was going to go to AEW. He still might go there.
Poor
But
bastard.
you have a lot of top guys that would go to AEW that are like, you know what? I'll just stay over here with Vince.
Can't blame him.
Whatever, man. They fucking destroyed something that was good. This guy just doesn't know how to run the fucking company.
Tony Khan's an idiot.
Oh, but they sold out Wembley. Okay, Wembley ain't fucking down the street.
Biggest wrestling
Wembley's a different country.
event ever.
That's like do a WrestleMania in fucking Texas, like they did for what? WrestleMania 17? And you literally had people from all over the United States flying in.
Right.
Everyone from Europe pretty much flew to Wembley Stadium to fucking watch the show.
My friend who I'm shooting my buddy who lives in the UK, he was there. It was a big event
Yeah.
for him. But, again, he wasn't
And
like...
they don't get those events. I don't understand
No.
why when they did Wembley at SummerSlam did fucking Wembley like all those years ago, 30 years ago, whatever it was.
Oh, remember when
How
Hulk
does that-
Hogan was there?
Yeah,
Remember?
right? When,
Yeah.
remember
When he lied.
wasn't there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I
yeah.
like how
That's
that
amazing.
rubs over to AEW somehow.
I know, right? Now that you have this crap
Listen,
going on.
I liked AEW, but a lot of these fans are fucking crazy. Like they they think that like there is no wrongdoing in this company, and there's a lot of wrongdoing that's been happening.
Yeah, you can't just sit there and
It's like
defend.
WCW. It's like when they had problems, a lot of people that were WCW fans, they didn't even give a shit. They were like, "Fuck it, I'm watching it till it goes under."
Yeah,
You didn't
because
have
you're already in
WCW
that
people fucking defend the company. This started with TNA, man. A lot of people, when TNA started getting fucked up, a lot of people would be online and be like, "Don't make fun of TNA." It's like, who gives a shit about TNA?
Not TNA.
WCW people didn't even defend WCW. They're like, "Yeah, I know that shit's going out of business. I'm just enjoying it till it's over." They didn't say, "Don't talk bad about Nitro." Like, nobody said that. Because the fans could see with their eyes, okay, this is like bullshit now. AEW can do no wrong. Just kidding. No, you're right. I
I have
saw a
a friend like
Starfield
that.
commercial watching South Park. Great, that's who their audience is? People that watch South Park? I like how the
That's the guy.
Xbox guys were like, "They're going to make a Super Bowl ad with the spaceship landing on the field." It's like, yeah, they're not fucking doing that.
They're not spending that money for that shit.
No. Microsoft doesn't spend money on marketing because the Xbox podcaster guys are the marketing.
Yeah, they just do it everything,
And they don't believe it. That's why the PlayStation guys are like, these guys are paid off. Even if they're not paid off, they're still the marketing. Microsoft is getting free marketing from you, from us, from
this
everybody
generation
that
of
talks about that.
content creators and podcasters and people
Yeah.
that just like
Most commercials now, just with like like these big time streamers and shit like that.
Yes.
That's it. And a lot of times they get endorsed by the companies as people that stream.
Yeah, this guy a fucking $500 Xbox. It's cheaper than spending $1 billion on marketing. There you go.
Right. That's it.
Send this guy a code
That's it.
instead of putting this shit on
He streams
TV.
He streams our games 12 hours a day. Sure, yeah, we'll send him a code because he's gonna put people are gonna buy our game. It's just how it is now.
How much is a Super Bowl ad? Yeah, just send this fucking guy a code. $30.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. The codes cost them. The codes are just generated. The codes really just cost them. If you really think about it, it's just they
Codes
just
don't cost
generate
them
codes.
shit.
Yeah,
Especially if it's on Game Pass. What do they care?
exactly. So yeah,
A lot of these guys
it's
are
a different
fucking
world.
like they're like the AEW guys. Like they just don't get it.
Right.
It's not like that. And I wish people would like understand after all this time, all the bullshit that we've been hearing from Xbox and PlayStation. These companies just don't give a shit. At the end of the day, they really don't fucking care.
The consumer is the one that gets
Phil really
dicked
cares
over.
that Fable's not out yet. No, he fucking doesn't, because he's telling me Fable's not coming out till fucking 4055 over here.
Yeah, it's a bummer, man. I mean, I think our money has been, 3 years. These consoles have been out in November. 3 years.
That's fucking crazy.
It's nuts, and it
What
just
do we
seems like
have to
yesterday.
show for it? Halo fucking bombed.
Shit.
Yeah, Halo, it had a great little start with the PvP. They just didn't really continue it with the maps and the content. The campaign was kind of lackluster. The game played great. It had a lot of great, it had a good fire under it when they, released it early. But man, it just they just killed off their main guy right there. You just killed off Chief.
Yeah.
You fucking killed him.
Stevie Mac.
They didn't actually kill him, but they killed him in terms of him being the face of Xbox. They took him
He's
off
not
the
even
box.
I got the new Series S, the 1 terabyte one. He's not even on the back of the box. But the
Yeah.
Forza car from fucking 2 years ago was on the back of the
Forza.
box.
Seriously, it's the same one.
Not even the fucking new one. It's the red one.
Oh my god!
Not even the fucking new Cadillac that's on the
one
new
that's
Forza
coming out
game.
this fall.
Yep, not even that one. Master Chief's not on that box. That's fucking pathetic, dude. That's like if Nintendo releases Switch and there's no Mario anywhere on the box.
Yeah, it's like what the
Exactly.
fuck? That's your mascot, man.
That's your fucking guy.
They could release something and there's no fucking Sonic. Fucking bullshit.
Well, they did. That was called the Sega Saturn.
Yeah. Oh man, dude, it's just a
Can't believe they killed off Chief. That's just
They didn't kill Master
sad
Chief.
to me.
Well, you know what I mean.
No, I mean,
not in storyline, but yeah,
Yeah, not
pretty much in
storyline, but
marketing,
yeah.
he's done for.
yeah. They they pretty much took Halo and they're like, yeah, and now they're talking about, they might reboot it, they might start over.
Yeah,
So it's
good
like,
fucking luck. I don't have time to fucking wait, okay? Yeah,
We only had-
we need another 15 years to make Halo. All right, yeah, then I don't want to hear about it. You got 1,000 fucking studios. You can't make one game? Come on.
I wonder why Bungie wants nothing to do with it.
Well, Bungie works for Sony now, so they can go fuck off for all I care. But my life was threatened, says Stevie Mac. He's talking about Tony Khan with CM Punk. So here's the thing. They got in a brawl at All In. So Jungle Boy came out earlier, which we didn't see because it was a pre-show, because that's where he fucking belongs. And he mouthed to the camera, "Real glass, cry me a river," because he wanted to do a spot about a month prior to where he would go through a windshield of a car because he was going to Hawaii on vacation. He asked everybody at Collision, and they all said that's a bad idea. Talk to CM Punk, who we're assuming ran part of Collision. He said no. So this guy was saying it into the camera to fuck with CM Punk. He instigated it. So what do you think happened? CM Punk's match is next. He opened the show. Grabbed the guy, put him in a headlock, because apparently this guy, Jungle Boy, said, do something about it. And that just set Punk off, and that was it. Now, there's rumors that during the scuffle, a monitor fell and almost hit Tony Khan. Which I would die laughing if it fell on him and hit him.
Yeah. Smack
But
some
then
sense into him.
Samoa Joe broke it up. Punk wasn't even going to do the match. He was like, "I'm not going out there. Fuck this. I quit." He said he quit. Samoa Joe talked him into it because they're friends. They go back a long time. And there was a rumor that, well, not a rumor, but people are basically saying that he basically talked down to Tony Khan really bad and freaking like yelled at him. I think he possibly could have put his hands on his collar and said, like, the Batman type shit, like, "Listen to you, motherfucker, blah, blah, blah." And Tony Khan's like, "Ah!"
It's like the old Game Complainers logo with the guy.
Yeah, with the guy doing this. I think that could have possibly happened. Apparently, Wembley Stadium has cameras everywhere, backstage everywhere. So there's footage of this.
Oh,
so it has
shit.
not been released yet, but CM Punk could get the footage and release it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they will give you the footage if you request it.
Especially if it becomes a legal matter.
It's going to become a legal thing. Don't think it isn't. That's why this motherfucker went on TV and said he was fearing for his life.
He wanted to save
But when
his
you
ass.
do that, when you come out and say stuff like that, you just fucking ruin the guy's career, because who's going to hire him now?
Yeah, no, it's he's kind of
They act
poisoning
like this
the
guy went
water.
over there with a shotgun and threatened everybody.
Yeah, now it's like poisoning the water, so to speak.
Like it was
'cause
some
people
heat shit.
Yeah.
God forbid if Tony Khan had to man up a little bit. Shit.
Yeah, I just think, like Perry was saying before about it, like hurting, just putting the company. I mean, especially, I didn't see the booze coming from the show in Chicago, but they knew that was coming. And because, especially with how these fans are, yeah, especially with how these fans are and how passionate they are, even though, like, again, we don't always agree with some of the stuff they do. I thought that this was justified in this case, because you kind of have to let the man who's running the show possibly, the dude who's kind of in over his head because he thinks that he can continue to run a company like this with this kind of like backstage drama that's continuously happening. Because you also said this in the chat, like, wait until something else happens, right? They had Cody Rhodes, then you have Punk leaving. What's next? Who's next? What's going on?
They're gonna like freaking just say like fuck this and just fucking leave.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Mark Henry came out and said, "Good, the problem is gone now. See if that fixes all your other problems." He's pissed. He's pissed that they fired CM Punk, but he basically he put it out. He said it on his radio show.
Yeah,
he's like, "Good, yeah, you solved the problem, but what about the other problems?"
Yeah, it's not just like they might have used him as a scapegoat.
He goes,
but now
there should be no other problems, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, no, there's other things that are pissing off wrestlers that people will see and it will come out. and it's not just going to be all punks. You
Everything
know,
comes out, and they all deny everything.
eventually.
And the
Yeah,
fans,
exactly.
Like when they tweeted, they tweeted in unison last month for that lady because she said their backstage locker room sucks or whatever.
Right.
It's just one thing after another with this company. It's all this fucking high school drama that doesn't even.
Yep.
You could watch, man. After CM Punk, who's next? The next
MJF.
guy that comes, if they bring in Goldberg, okay, and he starts getting the ratings up, guess what the Young Bucks are gonna fucking do? Yeah, we don't like Goldberg. Yeah. They're gonna instigate him to the point where he's gonna fucking play. He will punch somebody in the fucking face.
Oh no, he will. He'll fucking break someone in half.
I mean, that's the thing too. It's just going to trickle down to more bad,
But
bad
people-
crap like this, unfortunately. But
other superstars will see. I'm sure Goldberg is looking at this shit and be like, you know what, man? I'm not dealing with fucking people like this.
well, that's the thing. They're not
I'd
even going
rather
to step foot in
either
that place.
Try to get back with Vince, or I just don't even do this shit. It's ridiculous.
I honestly didn't even know TNA was still a thing.
Me neither. I didn't know either until Perry invited me to it. That's what I did
Yeah.
not know about all.
It's Impact, but what happened was it was purchased by a Canadian federation, Canadian Sports League. Dixie sold it to Canadian Sports League a few years ago, and they just call it Impact Wrestling.
Oh, it's on TNA. Okay.
TNA is like not a thing. It's just Impact Wrestling. But it's their 1000th show or whatever the hell.
Okay.
Damn.
So they
count the years at TNA basically.
Yeah, they can't. It's all continuous, but they just don't call it TNA anymore. And they're gonna have it at White Plains. So we're just gonna go. Jeff got the tickets, so we're just gonna give him. And I think Jesus is driving up for that, so he's gonna be with us.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
So we're gonna go enjoy that on Saturday. But yeah. But this whole Punk thing is fucking ridiculous. It's like the guy that I want to watch. Collision was such a great show. It was a wrestling shit. And now that he's not on there, like, I'm not watching that shit. And by the way, when they opened Collision last week, they fired him. Right after that, because they opened it with Tony Khan saying, hey, we fired CM Punk. The minute that ended, him saying that he fired CM Punk, 89,000 people tuned out. And by the end of the show, there were about 200,000 people watching. Now the show would garner about 600,000 people, 400,000 people. Everyone took off.
Dipped out.
Yeah, I'm sure they're.
And they're like, oh, well, WWE Payback was on. Yeah, good fucking excuse.
Yeah, okay.
Not that you got rid of the top fucking guy in the company. Everyone that was going to watch Collision doesn't watch WWE Payback. Okay?
Yeah,
Get
no.
the fuck out of here with that.
Unless they're diehard, unless they're dipping, into both realms, which some do, but not everybody, not
Right.
all those viewers.
AEW has a fan base that they don't watch anything else. Obviously, they don't watch anything else because all they do is fucking shit on WWE, which, rightfully so. WWE's not the greatest. But at the end of the day, you got to open your eyes with AEW. This happened with Cody. And Cody's friends with the Bucks still. Yeah, but you don't know what happened before that. There's a reason why he left, and there's a reason why he can't talk about it. And, these aren't the only people that have had issues with the company. Just nobody wants to hear about it because they watch good wrestling. Who cares if they're fucking touching each other and flipping and flopping? You got a company here that's ready to fucking drop dead because they keep firing the top talent.
Yeah.
Or the
And
top
there's
talent
constant
keeps
problems.
leaving.
Because as the match was going on, it's funny because we were talking about it. I'm like, man, it's so good to just see them wrestle and just there's no problems. Little did we know this fucking shit happened right before the match. And, we're just talking about the backstage drama. And little did we know that was it for him.
That was it. We saw his last match. In AEW, at least.
At least WWE doesn't have that drama. Like I don't know about now, but
Yeah, but if something happens to WWE, that shit is stopped.
yeah.
They don't let it go on.
Yeah.
This guy Tony Khan let it go on for over a year.
That's what I was saying when
even
we were
after-
hanging out. I was like, well, it's been a year,
even the scrum last year, he said, I brought stuff up that wasn't getting done. So, like, he's had issues with the company, and they just weren't addressing the issues.
And there's a lot of problems with the personalities that are back there, you know?
Yeah, and he even said Tony Khan, too. He's like, I told Tony and nothing got done.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how long was this guy going to perpetuate this to the point where the top star in the company is gone? And today they announced, well, Hangman Adam Page sells more merchandise now. He's the number one merch seller. Oh, fucking great. He's the number one merch seller. The guy that fucking Punk cut a promo on a month ago saying that the guy couldn't sell shit. He's already the number one merch. Get the fuck out of here with that. That's them just spitting back at this guy. This guy Adam Page, good fucking luck. The guy's a fucking idiot. They're all idiots. If they listen, go to WWE. Vince will use it for a week and then he'll bench all you fucking idiots.
Yep.
He'll lock you all up.
Imagine if they lose MJF.
Let me tell you something. If he was fucking smart, he'd leave.
Hell yeah, I would.
And you know what? I think he's gonna leave.
See, I think he's too good for them, to be honest.
He is.
He could do probably a lot more.
He keeps telling Tony Khan, I'm gonna leave. And then everyone's like, he's working, everybody. It's a storyline. Yeah, what happens when he leaves?
Yeah, like you said, man, when it trickles down and other people start dropping like flies and there's more shit going on, what's going to be the excuse? You can't use CM Punk as the scapegoat anymore, you know?
That's what I'm saying. Now that he's out of there,
right?
Whatever problems they have going forward,
it's going to rise to the surface. Yep, That's it.
And it's always going to be a problem that the Bucks have with somebody. Or the women's locker room. The women's locker room is fucking toxic as shit over there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, man. It's like it's going to just run too deep and it's going to just ruin it. It's already kind of been ruining itself from the inside. So
I told Frank at that scrum last year, because we were all watching it, me, Frank, and Jeff. And I was like, this is the beginning of the end of the company.
You're right.
Because Punk buried the shit out of Tony Khan. Tony Khan's like, yeah, I suck. Yeah. Watch the scrum. It's online.
While he's eating a pastry. Yeah.
They also removed CM Punk signs from Collision, and they told fans to turn their shirts inside out.
Oh yeah, they told they confiscated CM Punk signs that I remember that. Yeah.
Wow.
WWE used to do that with the WCW.
Well, I guess people wearing the "I was there" shirts can throw them away because.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's fucking crazy. I saw something on that. Like, really? Like, that's fucking stupid.
It's like he made history and then he was gone.
Well, here's the thing with Punk. Should he have... here's the thing, okay? The Bucks got to the point where they instigated him. Jungle Boy's in the Young Bucks camp. So, of course. And they had Brandon Cutler fucking fuck with him online, like write shit and then delete the tweets and everything. They used every guy that they have in their little camp to fuck with this guy. And I told you guys in the chat, I said, there's going to be a tweener that's going to be on Collision that's going to fuck with this guy. And I was right. Jungle Boy was that tweener. I didn't think it was going to be Jungle Boy, but he fucking was. So, that's okay because, good luck drawing $1 million gate, Jungle Boy. Because guess what?
It's like he's not going to be that guy, None
of them are.
So he sucks off Tony Khan. He's going to get that. He has that jungle fever. He'll be all right.
It's just like, man. I don't know, man.
ACR,
it's just
what's
like
up, man?
There has to be like a lot of changes that to even go, like to even go forward with this and to have stuff that can make them last. It's like they need talent, and who the fuck is going to sign on now with all this? Who's going to
sign on? And when they do sign on, who's next? Literally.
I mean,
who's next? Who's next that they don't like that's gonna fucking be there?
That's the thing. It's just gonna be a constant cycle of people, and if they do come in, they're gonna see it firsthand that this shit goes on, all the time, or with the new guys that are, I don't know all the names, but like the people that are hanging around acting like they're the shit, and again, like I guess questioning of of other people are should be making these or calling these shots or being more over than they are. It's just a very I don't know, just a very weird
You don't make wrestlers EVPs, man. That was a big mistake. That was a huge mistake.
Right. That's the thing too. I think people, again, when someone like that, like Punk was just calling people out, just doing that at the scrum. Like, I think people weren't expecting that, and I think that's like there's got to be more, there's got to be more things that are kind of talked about and discussed, so things don't obviously get to that point. But like that's almost seemed like a cry for help, where it's just like, yeah, like this is kind of like
he was
kinda,
done, man. Like they fucked with him to the point where he's like, you know what, man, I'm just gonna fucking say everything and I'm done. And he was the Bucks were using the dirt sheets to fuck with him too, because Meltzer and Alvarez wrote a lot of bad shit about this guy, and now they're all coming out saying, "Oh, we told both sides." It's like, no, you fucking didn't, dude. And when you did, you fucking told it in malice on his side. Get the fuck out of here. They even falsely reported that him and Samoa Joe got in a fucking fight backstage, which didn't happen. Or not him and Joe, him and Miro. Which did not happen at all. Miro actually was like checking up on him backstage. But they reported that shit, right? Oh, they got an altercation. No, they didn't. It came out that they didn't, and they had to retract it. But you made him look bad that night. Get the fuck out of here with that.
Yep.
They made him look bad. I've been listening to those two guys, Dave and Brian, for fucking almost 20 years. I've never seen them act like this ever. Okay? The way that they've been acting with this guy Punk in AEW is fucking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
It's bullshit. It's just like a circus over there. It's like, what the fuck, man? What's going on?
Because they're friends with the Bucks, so they fucking get all the information and they run with it. They don't even like verify it. Like, oh well, they told me, so it must be true. Like, no, they're fucking lying to you. They're using you.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, man. It's
good luck with fucking Jericho. Let him sell the next fucking dome that you're gonna go to.
Yeah, I doubt it. They had their moment in Wembley, and that's it, man. Once he walked away from that, a lot of fans walked with him. It wasn't just him that left. A lot of people left. So,
dude, how their TV contract with Warner Brothers is up this year.
Yeah, what the hell are they going to do?
And they're going to look at that number and be like, wait a minute, after you announced that you fired this guy, we lost 89,000 viewers? And then throughout the night, we lost more? So that potentially lost 100,000 viewers that night.
I'm curious to see what they're going to be the rest of the year now.
It's done. It doesn't matter, because now the fans know no matter who the fuck you bring in, they run the show. And they are not top talent.
Right.
This is the problem. AEW built to a point where they could bring in the CM Punks. And that was perfect. That's what they needed to do.
Yeah, you bring in the old talent, you bring in some new talent.
Then you couldn't fucking handle the guy, and
you lost track of how to run things as a company, too.
It's literally like Cool Hand Luke. Like, no matter what, you're fucking with this guy. Jericho will write a song about this. Yeah, he could do a lot of shit that he can't do.
It'll be called Judas, and then Judas, why did CM Punk leave? That'll be what it's called.
I'm going to sleep. See everyone later. Rocks around the clock and kicks ass. All right, King. Rock around the clock and get some sleep.
See you, King.
Set the alarm clock, though.
Don't sleep on the toilet.
Oh, man.
Wear that Christmas sweater that I like while you sleep.
Yeah.
He sits in the recliner with the Christmas sweater on. We found the king dead with the Christmas sweater on.
With the colonel in the corner like this. Oh shit!
I got Paul Heyman vibes with the colonel in that movie. So yeah, CM Punk is gone, and that's it. I don't know where he's gonna end up. He probably might quit the business as a whole. I don't know. I hope not.
Go back.
I feel like this
Back
is
to
just a
UFC.
waste of time. Yeah, it's like, man, he just wasted so much time
He
being
wasted
like
time, and it
away.
looks stupid because he came back to AEW saying that he would never go back to a WWE schedule.
Yeah.
He made them look bad, and then
Then
now
he
he's got to
disappeared
fucking
for a
go
year,
back.
right? Because he was gone for a year. Then he came. When did he come back after the scrum?
He came back in, I think June.
Jeez, that's so crazy. It's like half his time he was gone.
Yeah.
Terrible.
It's just wasted. And the dude's 44. Like, he's not going to keep doing this shit forever.
It's not
Yeah, I
getting
know.
younger.
He just wanted one more run.
And this run was like tainted now.
It was completely tainted. It was like they tried it the first time he came in. He got hurt. Then he comes back a year later. They tried it again, and this shit happens. So, I don't know. I feel bad for the guy. It sucks. And I feel bad for the fans that actually cared about him. The AEW fans, the majority of them, they're fucking stupid. They think, oh, the Bucks didn't do anything wrong. No, they fucking did. The fact that they did a victory lap tells you all you need to know. And right after they came back from suspension, they had the fuck you CM Punk chants. That, by the way, management was caught in the front row hyping up. And that's when a lot of people on the internet were like, wait a minute. These guys said that this guy beat them up. And they're instigating it even more after the fact. People aren't fucking stupid, dude. They saw these guys instigating this guy from the beginning.
Yep.
So, that's okay. Let them run their little stupid fucking show, and I'm not going to watch it anymore. And so are another 89,000 people.
Yeah.
That's it. You had the guy and you fucking let him go. Can you imagine if Bischoff got Hulk Hogan? Okay? Then Hogan goes to his first WCW event. And all the guys in the locker room, we don't want you here, you're toxic. Blah, 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 blah. You think Hogan's going to stay there? Hogan's like, you know what, man, this ain't going to work out. I'll see you later. And then there's no Nitro. There's no pay-per-view with Ric Flair. There's no pay-per-view with Karl Malone and Dennis Rodman versus Hulk Hogan and Diamond Dallas Page. Or, that's backwards. But you know what I mean. Like, there's no Nitro. There's no Monday Night War. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the thing is, too, like, with Collision, right? Like, did that just, when he was gone for, like, 9 months, did those ratings even take a dip, too? Because people already...
You're going to love this, Anthony. Collision started with his return in June.
Oh, no.
That was his show because the Young Bucks wouldn't work with him. And they didn't want to be near him. So Tony Khan had to go to Warner Brothers and be like, we want to give CM Punk his own show. By the way, here's the floating that never stopped.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrible.
I had no idea Collision was because of that.
Collision was his show. He was actually booking the show. Pretty much. And it was the guys on that show that were willing to work with him. Which was a ton of guys. Because they're like, I get a chance to fucking go after CM Punk. And I told everybody in the chat, in the group chat, I said, there's going to be a tweener. Because there were some guys that were on both shows that said, I'll work with him. I said, there's going to be a tweener that's going to fuck with him. And that's what's going to fuck everything up. And I was right. I didn't think it was going to be Jungle Boy.
But it ended up being him.
It ended up being fucking Jungle Boy.
Fucking people.
So good luck in his fucking future because I don't see it happening.
Yeah.
He's supposed to get fired, but I don't think they're going to fire him. Everyone's recommending that he get fired too.
That's wild, man.
Telling you, it's politics.
Can't have nice things.
No.
Nope. Never have nice things anymore.
We can't enjoy fucking wrestling. Out of all the people, we can't enjoy wrestling. It's always my wrestlers that get fucking fired or my TV shows that get canceled. Why is it just all the shit that I like?
Consoles can't be good. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I know.
We gotta constantly go back.
Can't get good games. Everything's going digital. Everything's I'm just kidding.
Fred, what's on deal of the day, Fred? Fred, go to Best Buy. No, he can't go on Best Buy.
I got it.
Check out deal of the day, Anthony.
So deal of the day today is
Skull and Bones update as fuck.
Asus VivoBook 16-inch laptop, AMD Ryzen 7 5800
It's
HS. Sorry, Asus AMD 12 gigabyte 512 SSD Quiet Blue for $449. You can also get a HP Envy desktop for $599. You can get an Acer laptop for $379. HP Omen. It's back to school season, bitches. So bonus deal of the they have bonus deal of the day.
You want to hear something fucking funny about back to school?
Oh, go ahead.
Look at my guy. He's doing the Elvis shake. So there's a school down the street. Okay? And they ripped the playground apart over the summer. And I was like, man, school's starting, so they didn't build the thing yet. They didn't build the new stuff that they got. Bro, that shit's still in pieces on the fucking floor out there.
What the hell?
Over the weekend, we saw like some lady. This lady had like no clothes on, and there was a guy there. He had like no clothes on. They're sweating their asses off putting this set together for the kids. And we're like, okay, it's early. They're going to get the whole thing done. No, they left the thing half fucking done, and it's still like that. School started already.
It's like they missed it.
These kids have to go outside. There's nothing to play on.
There's just purgatory. There's just walls.
Like, it's like, what the hell?
It's ridiculous.
It's like,
they don't have any playground equipment.
Yeah, it's like they're not going to.
There's two separate sets of playground equipment that's still all over the floor.
What are they gonna do? Play tag for the whole fucking recess? Like, what the fuck?
That's it.
Look at their fucking iPhones all day. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nowadays, everyone will not talk to each other, and they'll just be looking down. No one know how to socialize.
Where's Jack going to go if he gets fired? He's going to go to hell, like Jason.
Go to hell.
WWE's not going to take him. He's too small.
There's an HP Omen for $949.
They're not going to pay for his music either. They didn't want him to begin with. Luke Perry. What the fuck? Luke Perry talked to Dusty Rhodes and Triple H. They're like, can you sign my son? And they were like, nah, he sucks.
Is that actually Luke Perry's son, Jack?
Yes.
Is it really?
Yes, that's why he's wrestling. His dad was a big wrestling fan.
Oh, shit. Didn't know that.
If you watch 90210, towards the end, one of the last seasons, he's watching No Mercy on fucking TV.
Shit.
It's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Also, most of the PCs or laptops that are on sale all come with 1 month of Game Pass.
1 month.
Game Pass.
They have an HP Omen for $949. It's normally $1,700. They have a Microsoft laptop for $949. A bunch of Microsoft Surface laptops for about $950. Different colors. $799. There's an MSI gaming desktop for $1299. HP Envy for $1174.99. Who the fuck makes these prices? And then Lenovo for $699. So there you go. Those are your deal of the days for today. Back to school, Best Buy.
Yay! Back to school.
Back to school season. And it's fall time is approaching. It's still hot as hell, so don't be fooled. It's gonna be hot as hell this week.
Oh my ass.
Oh no. I'm like,
we have some physical media releases that I'll run through as well. Because why not, right? Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse came out. Sleepy Hollow, Steelbook, Night of the Comet, Matilda, if you care about that, it's from 1996. Expendables 1 through 3 Steelbooks came out. Iron Man Steelbook came out, and Night of the Comet also had a Steelbook. Shrek 2 drops on, Shrek the Third drops on September 12th. So does Ghoulies in 4K, Smile in 4K. Exorcist drops on September 19th. So does The Black Phone, which is a really good movie.
Really good.
And the Toxic Avenger Collection. And then we have our Ghostbusters Steelbook is dropping on the 26th, the out of print Steelbook. My Bloody Valentine comes out in 4K. I Still Know What You Did Last Summer comes out on the 26th.
I still know what you did last summer.
So Para's going to have to get that. Halloween H2O Steelbook is coming out on the 26th as well. There's another Alfred Hitchcock collection coming out,
When
volume
he's gonna
3.
just hitch his own cock and stop making these releases?
Yeah, I don't
This
know.
guy has
It
a
never
thousand
will
fucking
end.
DVD releases.
And that's it for September. Any like major call outs? There's a couple other ones I don't really care about, but obviously we got Scream 3 Steelbook coming out October 3rd. That collection is coming out as well the same day.
I know, I got them ordered. I had to cancel a lot of these things, but that I kept.
Yeah, I can't grab everything because like you said, it's just
None
like
of the prices
it is
went
what
down.
it is. Yeah, and if the prices don't go down, you can just cancel.
That's it. I'll buy it later.
Yeah. I'm definitely getting the Exorcist edition. I'm definitely going to try to get Ghostbusters and Halloween H2O. I'm probably going to do the Friday 13th Steelbook, even though I probably shouldn't get it for the millionth time. But I probably will. So, there you go.
I might get the black phone then.
Yeah, I'll pick up Rosemary's Baby too. I'll pick that up in October. Paramount is putting out a collection, a horror collection for like I think it's $111, and it comes with like a mystery movie, which they're not saying, but it's like 4Ks from different eras.
That's weird.
So it's like there's Crawl, there's Smile, it's called Paramount like horror or whatever. Like it's like I don't know why there's a mystery movie in there without them like saying like, oh yeah, this is like, this is what you're going to be getting after spending, $100 something.
It's probably a crappy movie.
Yeah, I wonder if it's going to be like a retro one or they're going to do a modern one. I don't know, but yeah, they do these sets sometimes, and a lot of times you can get these individually unless they lock it behind a, like you got to buy this to get this one disc, which I know they've done before on some of the Sony collections that I've seen, or the picture. I don't know what it was, Columbia Pictures or the big sets.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Paramount Scares, it's called Volume 1. Rosemary's Baby, Pet Cemetery original, Smile 2022, Crawl 2019, and a mystery title. So they all come in like a steel book. It looks like a steel book kind of artwork, like a black and white kind of artwork. Like there's a cat on the one, there's a cross on the other. There's like different things that are for the movies. So it's pretty cool, but probably not worth $100 something.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Maybe if it was like maybe 70 or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
By the way, this glitch is what I'm talking about. Like, if I load my save and it's like that, I'm fucked because he just died, which you guys saw on screen, and now he's still floating. I don't know what the hell. Maybe if I get back into a ship, he'll glitch out of it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. That's freaking strange.
It's kind of annoying. All right, go ahead.
Oh no, yeah, I was just saying that that's kind of what's lined up for some physical movie releases. There's let me see if there's any.
I saw Barbie, and by
Blu-ray.
the way, shout out to Warner Brothers. They put Mortal Kombat 2 arcade machine there.
Yes.
Movie.
Yes.
I'm still confused about what the fuck happened in that film. There's so much shit.
Yeah, it's a very it's very all over the place.
It's a clusterfuck.
I did watch that tonight though before we went on here. It was either that or Ninja Turtles.
I downloaded it because my mom wanted to see it, and so I grabbed it for her. I just grabbed it off of the website.
I didn't realize I had hard subs. Thanks a lot. But hey, it's better to watch it now. The digital release was supposed to be on the 5th, but they pushed it back to the 12th.
But the one that we got with the subs looks good. I turned it on their TV just to test it. I was like, oh wow, that's good.
I don't like the sub, but whatever. We saw the movie. It's a dumb deal. It's not a big deal.
I downloaded that
4K when it comes out.
I downloaded that Dracula movie, or that one that kind of flopped. The one where he's on the ship.
The one he's on the ship?
What, Dracula?
It's not called
3000?
Dracula, but it's called
Last Voyage of
The Last Voyage, yeah.
Yeah.
Of the whatever.
Of the
That was on the site that we get our stuff from, and
The Mentor.
that's what it was.
Mentor? Yeah.
And I grabbed that, and my parents watched it. I didn't see it yet, but they were like, it's okay. Like they just said it was kind of like generic, nothing like too crazy. But I did see some of the effects. It didn't look as bad, but unfortunately, it got crushed by like all the movies obviously this summer, and it just kind of faded away. Like people didn't even realize it came out. I saw a trailer for it. I was like, this is a thing. So yeah, that
I
just
heard it was cool. I heard my cousin said it was really good.
yeah, I want to check it out. It doesn't look cheap. It actually looks like they put faith into it, but again, they keep trying to start up these Dracula, Frankenstein, like Wolfman type things, Invisible Man, and it just never really like they try to build this universe and it never really works. Now I know this isn't the Dracula.
Fucking modernize it and you can't.
Right. And this Dracula is kind of more like a demon. He's not like the cape, it has a cape and talks and shit. He's like a demon. So it's like, they tried something different with this. So it's not Bela Lugosi. It's not like, Christopher Lee. It's not like what people.
But they need to do that again. They just got to stop trying to modernize this shit.
Yeah, it's kind of more on like his face is kind of more like Nosferatu, but then he's like, he obviously flies. He's not morphed into what people know. And so, it's them trying to do it. I'm sure that there's a lot of people that, have seen better films in terms of them trying to do this like demon type thing. But I don't know. I'll check it out now that it's on the USB. It definitely wasn't something I wanted to go to the theater. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I think there's some room for maybe people just don't really want Dracula right now. I don't know. Maybe people are just like we're done with that. But hopefully people will watch it and be like, all right, this is a movie that kind of just fell under the radar a bit. Speaking of movies real quick,
we'll talk about Starfield real quick.
Something else got pushed up, actually. Exorcist got pushed up.
It
comes out a month from now because Taylor Swift is putting out a concert thing, and they said, nope, we got to move this. So they moved Exorcist to October 6th. 2023. And Taylor Swift will be coming out the same week that Exorcist was supposed to come out. So yeah, Taylor was like, yeah, I'll move that real quick. And there you go.
An exorcism on the stage?
I don't know. Now, it's funny too, because you would think like a horror movie would work better like later in October. Not that it matters, but I feel like it's going to make money anyway because it's a new generation of people that haven't seen even the first Exorcist. But yeah, I have free movie credits, so I might just save mine for that and go check it out. Even though I might hate it because I still love the first Exorcist film, but I feel like I might walk away and be like, okay, I'm either gonna really hate this thing or just think it's just very like because you can't really beat the first one.
It's not gonna be like the original. Like the original was just so.
All the prequels sucked. There's like 2 prequels. The third one was good. The second one sucked. The third one was something different.
Space combat is really fun. I like being able to add power to different systems.
The Salem Slot remake, like the remake, I'm afraid of it because I know it's not going to beat the first one.
Yeah, no, exactly. Some stuff should just be left alone, or like the whole like direct sequel shit to the movie, to the first one. Like, oh, here's the requel type stuff, and it's like that happens so many times with so much shit, and it's like sometimes they continue it and then it gets worse, which is what happened with Halloween, in my opinion. But
yep,
you're Frank the Christmas sweater. KMMA with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, buddy.
Nice.
Shout out to you guys. There's a girl at my work, and I am like, whenever I see her looking like she's working too hard, sometimes I get her a Red Bull.
Oh, nice.
Don't get her too many Red Bulls.
Yeah, I know, right? Flying off the roof.
Stick your number on one of the Red Bulls.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you slide in with the pickup, right?
They get ulcers from Red Bulls too. So, add the NWO music to Frank. Hey, if you donate a $75 super chat, I'll play all the NWO music you want, man. That's how it works around here.
Yep, that's right.
We gotta monetize this shit.
You don't do shit for free.
Hey, unless somebody wants to clear out the monetization and drop a big super chat, I'll play whatever fucking song you want. I'm dead serious.
It's awesome.
Healthy for her. I'll stop. Well, just don't get it like 25 Red Bulls, man. Maybe one is enough.
Give her the Red Bull and an apple. No, I'm just...
A Red Bull and an apple.
So you're healthy, you balance it.
Yeah, exactly. An apple a day keeps the heart attack away.
Right. That's what I'm saying, man. It's like you have the well, I mean, the Monster Energies are probably worse than Red Bull, but they're it's all shit. It's all bad.
I tried the Monster. There's like a Monster Beast. It's like an alcohol one. There's no caffeine in it.
Really?
It's just like alcohol. Like that's it. There's no sugar either or something like that. It tastes just like a fucking Red Bull. It's freaking disgusting. I mean, not Red Bull, a Monster. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's like
it's disgusting.
Like there's like light beer that tastes better than Red Bull and Monster, that I'd rather have than that crap.
Yeah. I
Give
was
her
like,
a
you know what?
cupcake.
It's $2. I was like, you know what? Why not? I was like, fuck it.
Say cupcake.
Yeah. I ended up giving her a birthday present for her birthday. No, I thought you gave her a birthday present for Christmas. I just figured you only love once, so yeah, all right, that sounds good.
Hey man, you know what? Do what you gotta do, Cam. You got this. Pull the ultimate Riz. You got this. You need any pickup lines.
It's in
I'm
your
guy.
hands.
I'm your guy. No,
It's
I'm
in
just
your
kidding.
hands.
I'm not your guy at all. Don't ask me for pickup lines.
Yeah,
It looks like he's in the ship flying around. Like in Star Wars, like Darth Vader. Like towards the end of New Hope, Luke is like flying the ship around.
Yeah.
Like he's in a TIE fighter.
Yeah. Like,
and he's getting shot at.
Wow.
You see, the biggest mistake he made was sending me this with the green screen button.
Oh yeah, that would just torture him.
Yeah, we could put him in a strip club now and everything.
You should make him look like what's his name? Fucking Power Rangers.
Oh, Zordon?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He can't hear you, RWK.
Good. The gunplay is good. It's a little hard to find ammo sometimes.
Hey, he's got all this stuff happening behind.
There's like a whole all-out war that's happening behind him, and he's giving a review on a freaking game.
So I want to thank our sponsors over on Patreon, JB Zombie 89, Abo, Hockey Fan, and Captain Catch. Thank you for being sponsors of the Game Complainers podcast over on Patreon.
Hell yeah. Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Oh yeah.
I will get to our members in 1 second here. YouTube makes it stupid for me to read memberships.
That's funny.
I kind of view active memberships.
Yeah, if you go to the normal page, it should be all there.
Okay, I want to thank our members of the Game Complainers podcast.
Thanks,
Jin.
RWK.
I want to thank Jin, It's VB, Hockey Fan, Nick Noguera, and Liquor Sandwich. Thank you for being members of the Game Complainers podcast over here on YouTube. Appreciate it, as always. Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys make the show possible for us to do certain things, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks for coming every week.
Are there any questions in the chat room before we go? Because I've been going to bed early lately. That's why I haven't been streaming. Got some health stuff going on. I don't know if I'll be streaming a lot anymore, but we'll find out. Some of the streams are going to be cut. Like I'm not going to be doing late night stuff anymore. This podcast will probably be the only late night thing.
Yeah, you were doing the nocturnal streaming for a minute.
Yeah, no. I got some health news, so I got to fucking stop all that. So now I have to sleep regularly and get up during the day and do regular shit. So I cannot, I can't be streaming at like 3 o'clock in the morning anymore. Like video games and stuff like that. I'll figure it out. I'll figure out a time where I could do all that stuff.
Yeah, you just do it at your own do it at your own pace. There's no rush, and they get a show every week anyway, so
Yeah.
like a guaranteed stream every week.
Yeah, you guys are always gonna have the podcast. That's fine, as long as I'm
Yeah.
fucking breathing, which I don't know for how long.
Yeah. You gotta worry about your health first.
We will see
And-
what happens. Hopefully, nothing bad happens, but I don't know.
And you could probably just play Starfield, enjoy it. You don't got to stream everything either.
Well, what I do need to do next time, if I play it or stream it, I need to record it because this footage is from my stream.
Right.
But I had to re-rip it off YouTube, and that's why it's in 30 FPS and looks like shit. So, stream from 10 a.m. until 3. Nah, it's alright. So I would suggest anybody watching donate to Anthony's computer build because he needs that shit built. And I gotta build it before the end of the year.
Oh yeah.
So please donate something. If
Yeah.
you can.
Every little bit helps.
Part 2.
Nah, I've been telling people on all my streams to donate to your stupid build. Just get it over with already. Listen, everybody in the chat. This guy Anthony's been using the computer from 10 years ago. I built him a computer in 2013. It still works. However, if you guys want more content from him, and he's trying to start another channel, it would be really helpful if you guys, helped him out to get these parts for this computer. He's not buying like a 4090 or anything crazy like that.
No.
He just needs the money to help build him a computer. And we're going to live stream that, so you guys are going to have that, whether it be on his channel or this channel. We're going to live stream the build. But this guy needs a new computer because he wants to do new things.
Yeah,
So-
and just it's gonna be more efficient and at a faster pace, obviously.
The faster the computer is, the faster you get the videos out to you.
Right.
I mean, that's the truth.
Yeah, it all helps.
He's rocking a Core i7 3770K. Okay?
Mhm.
What are we up to now, folks?
Got the i9.
We got the i9, and we're almost in the 14th generation of CPUs.
Yeah.
And he's not going to be buying a 14th gen chip. He's going to buy a 13th gen chip. A 139900K or whatever the fuck it is. The one that I just bought.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good good next step. So
Ask Arnold to help Anthony. Arnold?
Oh, Schwarzenegger.
Arnold, what is he gonna do?
That guy's too busy petting his cow and his pig and his.
Yeah.
Anthony, would
With
you
farm animals.
would you like to build a PC, Anthony?
What has he got? Horse? He's got a horse and a cow or something?
He's got a pig, I think, probably.
He just got a pig, but he had the horse and the cow originally.
He probably has everything.
Chris Pratt is dating my daughter.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Chris Pratt's like, isn't he like married to her?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
Chris
he
Pratt.
fucking dumped Anna Faris for his daughter. That was a bad mistake. The 3770 came out in 2012. I know. That's why he needs a new computer. You like Anthony pawn the Uzi 9mm.
Uzi 9mm. You know your weapons, pal.
Oh,
That's
man.
Dick Miller.
Yeah,
Oh.
R.I.P.
The bootleg Columbo.
Yep, the bootleg Columbo. Yep.
Him and Columbo should have fought.
Oh,
You
that
talk
would've been
about
great.
Freddy versus Jason. They should have had Dick Miller versus Peter
yeah.
Falk.
Oh yeah. Peter Falk's hindered. He only has one eye. You have to put an eye
He could
patch
still
on
beat
Dick
the
Miller.
shit out of Dick Miller.
Excuse
Dick
me.
Miller
I
got
kick
fucking.
your ass.
He literally got dicked. The Gremlins fucked him up, and the Terminator fucked him up. Every time he tried to fight the Gremlins, he got fucked up.
Yeah. He had no chance.
Mhm.
A Rocket Man action figure. It's a Turbo Man doll, dumbass.
Rocket
He
Man
literally
figure.
says it like 1,000 times. Jimmy, the Turbo Man doll, Turbo Man doll. Like, it's so annoying. He says it 5 seconds. Every 5 seconds of that movie. Turbo Man doll. Turbo
I
Man
did not
doll.
want Booster. I wanted Turbo Man.
Turbo Man.
That, even as a kid, I thought that ending was shit.
Yeah, with the parade. It's like, how do
Well,
you not know that's your dad?
He can't get the toy, but he becomes the Turbo Man. I'm like, that's so fucking cheesy, man. Even as a kid, I thought that was stupid.
Hercules, like the cheesiest movie he's ever been in. It's his first movie.
Hercules in New York,
Yeah,
where he had
They had
somebody dubbed the voice.
because he couldn't understand. Like, hello, I'm Hercules.
He couldn't speak English.
Conan was awesome, though.
Oh, fuck him. It was him yelling most of the time. He was-
Yeah, he was just fighting. Those
When's that
great
4K
movies.
coming out?
I don't know. I got the double pack Blu-ray a couple years back.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen that movie in full.
The new
Yes.
Conan was not too bad.
Some
It
people-
wasn't too bad.
Some people don't like the second one, but I like both of them. The second one's more cheesy. The first one's more like
Yeah,
a little bit more artsy, but
they did like a reboot, didn't they? Like a like
Yeah,
like
I didn't
remake,
see
like-
that one.
It was actually not bad. It wasn't too bad. Who the heck was? It wasn't Jason Momoa, was it? Was it Jason
Oh
Momoa?
man, I don't think so.
I know Ron Perlman's in it.
Oh, Ron Perlman, get the fuck out of here with that guy.
Yeah, exactly. How did you not know that was your dad in the Turbo Man like outfit? Like, come on. It was it was Jason Momoa,
It was Jason Momoa. Okay, yeah, I thought it was.
Stephen Lang. Was Ron Perlman in this?
Yeah, he was his dad.
Oh yeah, he was.
They
Bob Sapp, Rose McGowan, Stephen Lang. Damn.
yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was all right.
Yeah, so his CPU is from 2012.
Yes. Long time.
So we would like to get him up.
So help me right now. And if you call right now, we'll throw in nothing.
Give him
for
some
today.
blue chew so he could chew it and do it.
Yeah.
We'll throw in a Christmas sweater for free.
And if you sign up for NordVPN right now.
Hey, we'll make it the Christmas sweater build. How about that?
Download Raid Shadow Legends.
Christmas sweater build.
Yo, you could download Raid Shadow Legends when they hand me a fucking check.
Yeah, definitely.
When they do that, then you could say that shit all you want, all day long. Until then, I don't want to hear that shit.
Raid Shadow.
You have to go to class tomorrow?
I do.
Oh shit.
I don't give a fuck though.
You're gonna give a fuck when you can't wake up?
It's an online class anyway, the first
Oh.
one, so it's all right.
Time
Would
to
have
jump
helped,
on.
but call me a dumbass.
11 o'clock.
11.
It's a learning
Yeah.
computer.
My Italian class.
Italian class? Well, Anthony can help you with that.
Oh no, I can't. My Italian teacher.
I don't
was
know
horrible.
Italian either, and I'm Italian, so who gives a
Yeah. My dad's full Italian. He doesn't even know it's Italian.
shit?
Well, it's just like when you have a crappy teacher in high school and nobody takes her seriously. And I was in like, I was like a junior and there was like freshmen in there because you had to take like 1 year of like you had to. So it was like my junior year right before my senior year, and I was like, all right, let me just get this done. And of course, I'm in Italian 1, so I'm in there with a bunch of like freshmen, sophomores. I'm just sitting there. I'm like sleeping every day. Like I literally it would be like first period, I'd just sleep. Like I'd just be like, yeah, because she was horrible. Like my brother had her, and he has horror stories about her. People throwing books at her back, and it was just this like old Italian lady who was like straight off the boat, right? Like straight up, and it was bad. Like no one took her seriously, and I don't even think she really knew. She didn't really have a criteria of like really what was going on. It was so bad. And she would send people to like the office so much that they would send them back because they're just like, oh geez, this Miss Isabel person, But yeah. Yeah, so RIP, well no, she's not dead, but RIP my Italian skills. And they stopped right there. That was it. I was like, I'm not
Yeah.
learning this. Screw this. And I never even took a second language the whole time in high school. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
So yeah, barely
got-
passed. I don't even know how I
I
passed.
got lucky because when I graduated, that was when they started requiring like a second language be taken in order to graduate, and I was like,
You lucky Bell.
Yeah, I got screwed with that and the HESPA. It was like a test that you had to take that was like mandatory, and if you didn't pass it, you couldn't you couldn't walk, basically. You couldn't graduate. Like everything, it didn't matter if you passed all your classes, like you needed to.
Was it like the Regents almost?
It was almost like that, but of course, like 2 years after I leave, they get rid of it. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
But they got screwed with uniforms. I was the last year that my school didn't have uniforms.
wow.
So I was like,
Oh,
yes.
that's dope.
Yeah. So I could just wear whatever and it didn't really matter. But like, yeah, it was just like, it was,
Yeah.
my school was a trip. So
My
Fuck that
school was
shit.
too.
I'm
Yeah,
glad that I'm out of fucking. I've been out of school for over 20 years. I'm fucking happy.
yeah, it was literally prison. And
been-
senior year was the best because it was early release. So I'd get done at 11:15. And then me and Perry would record the show by like 12 back then because we used to record the show. So I would get done at 11:15, get something to eat, and then when on Wednesdays we'd record this show in the afternoon and post it. Perry would post it by like the evening, or if not, like right after, because that's the way it used to be done. So,
I could have worn a Speedo since RWK. What the hell?
oh man,
Good one. It's good. I'll wear mine next one. Don't worry about it, WK. Let's win.
Stevie
Gotcha.
and Mac, we used to wrestle in Spanish class, and we put a huge dent in the well. I think it meant the wall after a kid got speared.
This is the ring. Put a dent in the well.
Dude, Frank's sister used to hang out with a guy. She told me the story when it happened. This was like 99, right? 98, 99. The guy was in crutches, okay? Something happened in fucking during lunch or something. The guy stands up on his crutches and tells the teacher, "Suck it!" because of fucking DX. And he got detention. That guy became like a doctor or something.
well, I mean, man,
Just imagine he's like a neurosurgeon. He's just working on your.
yeah,
That's how crazy
That
like
guy
wrestling
was
was back then, man. That was
yeah.
fucking
People
cool.
really took it serious. It was a big deal. Now it's like everyone's like, I don't know what they're into.
Our bowling team was called DX when I was younger. We used to have like a bowling team like when I was like 11, and we called DX. And every time we get a strike, we just say "suff it" every time we got it.
I used to bring in the wrestling CDs, like I used to have the CD player, and I would bring in like the wrestling, music CDs that they would have, and I would like,
blast Stone Cold Steve Austin's theme song in the parking
Yeah.
lot at school, and all the
Yes.
chicks would fly to your car.
I remember I had this like I used to there used to be this like Stone Cold Steve Austin like this like necklace that you could get from the WWF shop, and Nick had it and we ordered it, you know what I mean, and it was there, and I was like, what the hell, and that's like the merch back then. And I remember the WWF like popsicles and shit like that, or the ice cream bars rather,
Right.
on the beach. That's another like memory I have with like wrestling. It was just like it was everywhere. Even when you went to the beach and grabbed like a ice cream bar, it's just like it was just so like interwoven within the culture and the whole like Jerry Springer like type drama and stuff like that would go on, and that was an influence for that era. It was just like it was just such a wild crazy time to look back on.
It's
Yeah, I
funny.
used to get the magazines all the time. What the fuck were they called? The freaking magazines. I forgot what they were called.
Well, they're just like, well, they had I think it was just WWE magazine, right?
Yeah,
Or
Yeah, it's
yeah,
WWF
yeah.
magazine or Raw magazine, something like
yeah.
that. It was Raw magazine, but I think it became WWE magazine, something like that.
I think I bought a Jeff Hardy pendant off of like one of the magazines. I think when I was younger.
Fucking Jeff Hardy.
I remember seeing them in the like seeing them on the racks and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I don't think I ever subscribed. No, I lied. We definitely subscribed for a little bit, but because I remember my friends on the bus would always have it, and I'm like, oh man, that's so cool. They'd have like pictures from the pay-per-view and stuff like that. Yeah. So I have fond memories. I gotta find some of them. I know they're somewhere.
Right. My Spanish teacher gave up on us after only a month and would study for her real estate exam during class. Oh wow, that's kind of fucked up, man. She stole money from the school.
Yeah, fuck that.
Damn.
In college, what's this guy saying? Hold up, I'm clicking on everything and it's fucking everything up here. Here, fix that. Fred, it was called. We're not saying that. Will you be streaming tomorrow or Friday, Anthony?
Yeah, I'll probably be streaming tomorrow and Friday. I have something planned for those 2 days. I'm also working on a video as well that I'd like to see if I can get out soon. Something pretty just something different that I've been working on for the channel. So I'm going to try to get that done and try to get another podcast done for next week. So I have some stuff I really got to get done this month because October is going to be pretty busy. And yeah, I just got to keep working and obviously keep streaming because I have a couple ideas of like some marathon stuff I want to do. Some longer term streams, some shorter ones too. So yeah, I got to just keep it going.
Dreadpool says in college we had an interpreter for the deaf. She was hot. So I took her after school class where she taught ASL, American Sign Language, not age, sex, location. I was triangle, but I've forgotten most from not using it. Man.
Oh wow. Well, sometimes it's worth it, I guess. I don't know.
Hey man,
that's killer.
She brought you in, right? She was a draw.
Yeah.
A draw to the class. LOL Dreadpool. Okay, I was wondering. So could I make it? So I could make it if you were gonna stream. Breaking ASL with Dread. Anthony should really use RE4 DLC clickbait titles.
Well, that's all people are doing, unfortunately. But I could make a video on it and just make a joke and just say not another RE4 DLC video.
Will Chris be in separate ways?
Yeah. And it's funny because it'll get a lot of views just by default, and it's just like it's like there's really the only thing they've done recently.
You know what I hope, Anthony? I hope to God they don't release any DLC for 4. They just say, you know what, we're gonna leave that alone, just so everyone gets fucking pissed.
Yeah, people are gonna get mad.
Where's all the DLC? Where is it?
Where is it?
The fuck, Capcom?
I wonder what Chris is doing now that DLC is not coming out.
Is Chris just working out, pumping more steroids?
Already 9, 10, 11 news coming soon.
There'll probably be something coming soon. People just gotta be patient.
Nonsense! It's Code Veronica. It's getting news next.
But yeah, there were some Steam updates that Capcom did. That
Do you
kind of
think, Anthony, Code Veronica will be at Gamescom? Yeah, a German fucking event. They're gonna show a Japanese company. Come on, man. Enough of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the only thing that happens recently, and that's what people are making videos on, is the whole, RE4
Will Leon
is updated
show up
on
in Clay
Steam.
Fighter?
Will he be there in Fortnite? He already is. But yeah, it was updated on Steam, so the coding and stuff was updated. So for RE4 remake, the DLC. So sometimes they do that when they're adding stuff. So yeah, I probably should make a video on it. RWK. I probably should. That's probably that's what YouTube wants me to do because that's how the algorithm. That's what it likes. And then when I do like long form content, it doesn't push it. Just the way it is.
Code Veronica in your titles.
That doesn't work either.
Put the game hidden in each one of your thumbnails.
Yeah, exactly. Just put it. Just put little.
Feature naked witches and wendigos. I have proof from my close sources.
Yeah, exactly, Stevie Mac. That's the kind of shit you see, unfortunately, in the community. And people that kind of chase clout on new games as well, not just RE, but just like new stuff. with those clickbaits that kind of just
clout
run them into the
chaser.
ground.
Code Veronica XXX.
Yeah, that will probably come before the actual remake.
That
But,
game
yeah.
is fucking disgusting. I feel like I'm playing Halo here, jumping off fucking cliffs and mountains and shit.
Yeah, it's a
far
very
away, it just looks
interesting.
like Gears of War. If I look far away, it just looks like Gears of War in space.
Yeah,
Well, how does my guy walk on space without a helmet on? You just see the guy's bald head.
I don't know.
You playing as me?
I don't know.
Maybe there's an atmosphere.
Any questions for Fred? We're going to wrap it up. It's already late.
Any questions for me?
Like, new questions for the new guy or what?
What's my height?
Questions.
What's my weight?
Shout out to RWK, KMMA, and It's VB for the super chats tonight.
It's fucking Frank just popping up randomly in the freaking thing.
Hopefully.
Good.
This is a transmission from the moon.
I am up here trapped in a Christmas tree. I can't get out.
I'm on
cave's
the
got me
Christmas
trapped.
planet. I can't get off the Christmas sweater.
The evil colonel is after me.
Why the fuck? I still don't understand why the fuck that was like overtaking the movie. He says like
Because he
1,000
wanted
times to put on a Christmas sweater. It's like
He wanted them
you
in
just
the
killed the whole
Christmas
movie.
Maybe the director Baz just like loved him in the Christmas. They just want to see Austin Butler in a Christmas sweater. That's it. That's all he wanted.
Austin Butler?
That was his whole goal in the movie. Baz.
He wanted to buttle his butt.
He should have buttled his butt at the end. That's how he died on the toilet.
That's how it ended.
Just strangled to
The
death
real
with a
way,
Christmas
not on
sweater.
a plane.
That's right. That's how it is. He actually died with Richie Valens on the plane crash.
I'm just thinking of like he fell asleep on the toilet and Freddy killed him. Because Freddy can make it look like anything.
That is true.
Uh,
Oh, that's funny.
I don't know. I don't think there's much of a menu for Resident Evil.
He was talking about the menu in RE0. Yeah. Not on that train.
Put Frank in front of some. Oh yeah, I could do that.
For RWK.
Oh, gee.
Italian's
Hey,
like, what the fuck?
RWK likes a lot of that stuff anyway. With the Spear Hunter lady or whatever.
The
Oh,
what lady?
jeez.
The what lady?
I'll tell you off the air.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Understandable. Oh,
That was a
shit.
funny conversation.
That's Richard's job, is to keep RWK in line.
Do I
Yeah.
have a pet turtle? No, I do not.
I do.
You do for real?
Yeah. I've had a turtle since like 2003, 2004.
What? I
Yeah.
used to have turtles. I used to have turtles growing up all the time. Frank will tell you. I didn't know that. See, we learn something new every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
All I have is a dog and a cat. That's it.
that's all you need.
That's all I need. That's it.
Is that thumbnail of a... Wait, what? What thumbnail?
A thumbnail of a C-section. What the hell are you talking about?
I don't know what he's talking about at all.
Which thumbnail? You mean like for the stream?
No, the thumbnail for the stream is just the logo.
Yeah.
No, I think there's somebody in the chat. That's why. I don't know who the hell
Oh.
that is either, but whatever.
Oh,
He said, "Fuck it, fuck it."
fucking.
I found some shocking info a while ago. Whoa, okay.
Well,
I think you could leave that alone, man. We
Yeah.
kind of know. I think Richard pointed that out quite a while ago.
the the work has been done. Like Richard put the RWK in line.
Yeah, for the most part.
For the
Everything was
most
all
part.
taken care of.
It was
The package has been delivered, Colonel.
We all know. Well, Fred doesn't know. I gotta tell Fred when we turn the stream off.
Oh,
There you go, Fred.
gotcha. 10 for a rubber ducky. Gotcha. Oh yeah, that guy's bubbles pick. Yeah, it's like some stomach. Wow.
I don't know who the hell it is, but you know what? If you guys want to get rid of him, go ahead.
All in favor to vote this bubbles guy off the island? Yeah.
I was gonna say something about the
Put on
fucking
the Christmas
the
sweater.
R4 stuff, but I forgot.
We'll
Wait,
come
what?
on next stream with a Christmas.
I was gonna say something about the RE4 stuff, but I completely forgot.
We were gonna stream about it, or the DLC, or Tokyo Game Show.
Well, yeah, I think it was more like, yeah, if we see something else, it's gonna be an RE or a Capcom event.
Probably October because it's Halloween time. Good night, thanks guys, says RWK. Good to see Fred. And proud of you on the movie coming up. Yep.
Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Really
Love you,
appreciate that.
RWK.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for dealing with our jokes and nonsense.
Thank you for accepting me as the new friend. I appreciate it, RWK.
Well, when Frank comes back, we might have to do a 4-man again.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
Time.
RWK with a $1.99 super chat says 100% agreed. Thank you. Thank you again. So far,
Thanks,
I found
RWK.
daily menu on the who?
Ecliptic Express. I think he's playing RE0.
Oh,
Yeah,
is
I
that
think
what they call
yeah,
it?
that's- Yeah. Yeah, Cam said they were playing RE0 like
RE0 tonight. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's one I got to go back and revisit. Someone modded it with an item box, so I might play that. That'd be interesting. That changes the whole dynamic. So.
Well, who cares if they use an item box? Oh, because you can grab your stuff wherever, right?
Yeah, that game you have to put your shit on the floor and then
Yeah,
you
I
got to
know.
backtrack to your items. That's like, talk about backtracking. That's like, if you don't put your items in the right spot, you might backtrack yourself like all the way to the different part of the game.
It's hot here, burning up. Well, we have air conditioners on. Mine, I just turned mine off for the show, and it's just getting a little warm now. But I think
Yeah,
Anthony's
yeah.
got like central air or something, right?
Yeah, I got central air. And yeah, we've had it cranking all day. As of right now, it's still on. So yeah, it's gonna be. I think we're getting some rain this weekend, but it's gonna be really hot before then. Tomorrow and Friday are gonna be hot.
Mine's on, but the mic's just not picking it up.
You're lucky. Yeah, in the bedroom I got 2 fans and the air conditioner rolling, so it's like
Oh
a
yeah,
nice
you keep
box in
that.
fucking
Yeah, I was
room.
gonna say you keep that room cold.
I keep that room cold all day long. And this room I keep cold too, but when I come in and do the podcast, it makes noise. It makes a little bit of noise. The old air conditioner made a lot of noise. This one, sometimes it's very silent and you guys don't hear it. Sometimes you do hear it, so I just shut it off. Dreadpool says later, guys. All right, Dreadpool, take care, buddy.
Hey, Dreadpool.
Take care, man. You have a good one.
I'm not poor as fuck. What's your temperature outside? I don't know. Let me see. I'm homeless. We didn't say you were homeless. It's 72 degrees out right now.
Yeah, it's 71 over here.
Did anyone watch the horror games today from IGN? No, I could say. You know what I could say about IGN? Fuck IGN.
Yeah, we're not too big fans of IGN over here.
IGN. You can't spell ignorance without IGN. Just remember that.
You can't.
85 degrees here. Holy shit. Well, it was like in the 80s. What, the other night?
Yeah, it was it dropped down to the 60s on like Sunday night over here. It was like 65.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
And when I went to the drive-in, it went down to like 50. And
Remember
it was
it was
so
like
nice.
fucking 80 degrees in like up to January that one year. It was a few years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
They call it an Indian summer. It just keeps going.
Yeah.
That was fucked, dude.
It was like 50 degrees out in the mountains in PA, so at the drive-in that I go to. So that was kind of cool.
There's no sun for another 5 hours. Yeah. We're fucking cooking out here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I will. Great show tonight. Great
Yeah,
new,
good little kickoff. You know, we got some topics in talking about, and we
Oh,
talked
yeah.
about the CM Punk stuff.
Yeah,
So-
well, you know what I say? Fuck AEW. And fuck anybody that doesn't take this guy, because he's awesome. And you know what? If you don't like him and you're going to curse me out, fuck you too. He's my
we're
guy.
tired of-
He's why I
we're
watch
tired of
fucking
getting
wrestling.
we're tired of getting screwed on the console sides too. So
Dude, I
Yeah.
can't win. I like Goldberg. Everyone fucking hates him. I like CM Punk. Everyone fucking hates him. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
can't win.
I like The Rock. Everyone hates the fucking Rock. Like, come on. I grew up with these guys, okay? These are the guys I like. If I start liking Rey Mysterio, they're like, oh, that motherfucker Rey Mysterio is a midget, blah, blah, blah. Why do you want him? They're going to boo him. They're going to get him out of the company. I'm sick of this shit. I should say I like a wrestler that sucks, like Seth Rollins. This way they'll get rid of him.
Yeah,
What do you think of Alan Wake and Alone in the Dark? Alone in the Dark got delayed till January, and Alan Wake looks pretty good.
yeah. Alone in the Dark looks great too.
I like Stone Cold, but let's talk bad about Stone Cold, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah, I'm excited for both. I'll be streaming both of them.
I can't wait.
MMA. So yeah, I'll be Alan Wake 2. I'll be coming back from filming right when that comes out. So, but I'll try to hit that probably like as soon as I get back. Like first week into November because Halloween's on a Tuesday this year. So I think it comes out on the. I think it comes out right before that.
Should always
so.
be on a weekend. Another
I
great
agree.
show. $5 super chat from It's VB. Thank you again, It's VB. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Check out It's
Dope.
VB's channel. Check out Anthony's channel. Let's Talk Resident Evil. Check out Dreadpool's channel. He's got a new merchandising store on there.
Nice.
If you want to drop that link in the chat, Dreadpool.
It's not spring anymore. He's moved on.
He's moved on. I think they took too much of his money.
That's how I'm feeling about them. So I'm looking
And he
for.
got fucking angry. I'll show you what he's got. Hang on, I'm going to drop it in the chat.
I mean, it's not like I want to. It's Spring's
He's,
integrated with YouTube nicely, but it's very
Shopfourthwall.com?
okay.
Wait for the side.
Or maybe that's his special link. I don't know.
Okay.
I dropped Dreadpool's link in there. Check out Jesus and the guys over at M3TV on YouTube. Am I forgetting somebody?
I think you got it all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
I think you got it all.
Check out the original Next Level Gaming on YouTube. That's Mike Mullis' channel. He comes in every once in a while.
Yeah.
And I think I'm forgetting somebody else. I mentioned you.
Back from the dead.
Oh yeah, Back from the Dead 1's channel. Check his channel out. He's streaming some stuff there, a lot of Destiny content. So if you're into Destiny, check that out. And I think that's pretty much it.
Check out me on Pornhub. No, I'm just kidding.
Check Fred out on FredHub.
FredHub.com.
Remember the Freddy vs. Jason script that had the Fred heads?
Yeah, Fred heads. Yeah, they'd burn their fingers and shit.
I've been wearing a Christmas sweater and nothing else on my Pornhub. So
That was a ridiculous
There
fucking
you go.
plot of Fred heads.
friend,
And what are you getting first, RE9 or RE5? I think you're getting 9 first and then 5.
Yeah, I would say so.
Only friends.
I think 9 will be announced next year. And I think 5 will be ready for the 30th. I could be wrong, though. It could be backwards. Maybe 9 is going to be for the 30th. Maybe they're just going to stretch it out.
Yeah, you never know. Honestly, it's not like they haven't done shit like that before. So
Ha ha ha, it's easy. Only Freds. Well, there you go.
only Fred.
It's just tons of Freddy Kruegers on there. Camel with a 99-cent super chat, smiling while he's looking upside down.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Appreciate
again.
that.
Thank you.
Thanks for the support,
Awesome.
guys.
All right, we're out of here. Want to thank
outta
you
here.
guys again all night. Appreciate it. Oh, so 2025 maybe. Depends.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it adds up.
I'll catch you guys later. Shout out to Fred. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having
Yeah,
me,
man.
guys.
It's
Appreciate
good
it.
having you on.
Hopefully over
Thanks for
time
having
you talk a little bit more. I know it's your first night here, so that's fine. You did a good job.
Yeah, man.
And
Thank
everyone in the chat, take care. Shout out to Frank. And that's pretty much it. So I'll catch you guys later.
Sounds good.
See y'all.
All right.
Take care. Have a
Peace.
good night, everyone.
Have a
Peace.
good night, guys. Take care.
Peace out.
Bye. Now the show starts between me and you.
Uh-oh.
I'm kidding. We're out of here.
Okay.
Catch you guys later.